Yeah. Oh, hi everybody. We didn't see you there, except we did. Welcome to a very casual episode of Odd Shaped Panel. We're doing just a general hangout. Because we're taking a little break from recording live episodes to edit all the past ones so we can catch up. But we're still doing stuff on this channel, so stay till the end of this in 3 hours, and I'll tell you what that is.
Surprises throughout.
Yes, surprises throughout. We'll drop some knowledge bombs here and there. I'm Tom Bennis. You can tweet at me if you want at Odd Shaped Panel, the name of the show.
And I am Kimber Barrett, and you can tweet me at SJ+Junkie with an IE at the end.
But we're gonna start this off. First, I want to do some shout outs for the people in the chat. We got Nolan, we got Billy, we got Morgan, we got Cal, we got Billy, we got Eric. Did I get everybody? Oh, we got Chase. Welcome, Chase, new subscriber, and just found our parent channel as well, Tub. So
Morgan, Eric.
Yeah, let's just say everybody again, because they're that great.
I think you got everyone.
Yeah, I think everybody. And hello, all future people who come in. Even if you're not talking along in the chat, Delisha, welcome. Even if you're not talking along in the chat and you're watching, welcome. And
Billy, you are very perceptive. We do usually sit on the opposite sides.
I have an extension cord plugged in for something else. We ended up using that side. So, it's because I've been doing the gameplay videos with my buddy Randall over there, so I had to rearrange some stuff. So, let's start things off. If you didn't get a chance to ask us a question on Twitter for the Q&A, feel free to throw one in the chat. Even if you did ask us a question, maybe we'll really like it. And well, Delisha sent us like 7, so.
Cal sent us one, and I know he said he has to leave soon. You want to do Cal?
Cal? Oh, man.
He sent it in the chat.
Was it the most anticipated Netflix one?
No, he asked, do we think there is going to be a Sherlock season 5? Okay,
we were talking about this. We're not going to spoil anything from season 4, and I'm sure we're going to talk about Sherlock in like the recent news portion of this. But I was thinking about like looking at Sherlock in like history about how actors have portrayed him, and not even Sherlock Holmes, but like staple iconic characters like Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
Like those actors would go and do those roles years later, come back to them, and maybe when John's daughter's a little bit older, and maybe 10 years or something like that, we go back to it.
And John has time to deal with
Mary's,
things.
Yes. I think that'd be a lot more interesting than trying to rush to get to a season series 5.
Yeah, basically where we're at with that is I love the show. I don't want it to go away. It did end in a way that they could finish it here, and I would be completely content with it. But if they do another season, I hope that they wait a few years, let Cumberbatch take his time and do his Marvel thing, let Moffat get a break after he finishes up with Doctor Who, and then come back into it really fresh and rejuvenated and exciting. Excited. They usually wait a couple years anyway between seasons, so it wouldn't be like that crazy for Sherlock fans. We've dealt with it before. And if they're going to do another season, I'd like it to be another really good season, because although this season was surprisingly polarizing with the fans, we both really thought it was great and enjoyed it throughout.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of shows this year kind of felt that way. Especially like American Horror Story, this season American Horror Story, I thought it was really
great.
Clever. I wasn't into it at first, but then it started unfolding. I got super into it. It's innovative.
And everyone hated it.
Yeah.
But we both liked it.
So.
Same with Hotel, though. A lot of people didn't like Hotel. We both liked it.
That Gaga, though.
But there's a lot of haters in the media, I've noticed. Because, I was reading news articles, and they were being scathing about Sherlock. And I can't believe it.
Ignorant.
Yeah.
So, they were giving it a hard time for something that they were like, oh, this was never mentioned before, and then people were like, it was totally
those
mentioned
seasons
before.
Ago. Whoever wrote the article wasn't paying attention.
No. So.
But thank you, Cal. That's a really good question. I'm always down to talk about Sherlock.
And thank you, Morgan and Nolan, for the comments on the beard. Although I'm gonna warn you, It's gonna go back to CKY in just a bit. That's what they call it. Oh wait, CM Punk. Sorry, CKY. Nope, that was wrong. All right. Once I find the page, I'll ask another question. All right, here we go. One of Delicious questions. What is a must-watch on TV right now?
I am really enjoying a series of unfortunate events on Netflix. We are about, what did we just watch, the 5th episode? Yes, I believe so. I think we're going to be on the 6th episode, and I'm really having a good time watching that. And I don't want to spoil stuff, but I really prefer Neil Patrick Harris's interpretation of Count Olaf much more than Jim Carrey's, and I think that it's got a really unique style. I'm actually going to be writing an article about it when I can finish it up in a few days and let it process, but I really like that. It's good. I would recommend it.
For me, there's a lot of things on right now. I really liked, if you haven't watched Black Mirror, I think the last season of Black Mirror was really good. Came out last year.
Yeah. Their best season for sure.
Neil Patrick Harris for the win, Billy is saying.
Yes, he's amazing in it.
Look
so
away, look away. Look away. Man, we're so professional in our live episodes. Like I said, this is very casual.
I think Morgan's flirting with you.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of flirting with me, hi Sam. Man, we're getting a full house tonight. I'm glad everyone can make it. I need a bookmark or something. If only we knew someone.
You have bookmarks.
Who made bookmarks.
I keep giving you bookmarks, and you don't.
You know what what happens is I'm like, man, I can't lose this, so I got to put this in a spot where I won't lose it. And then I didn't even think about that. You see what no one said?
Yeah.
Possibly.
We are going to be trying to go out to Wizard World Philly.
Seriously, whoever's going to be with Philly, we need to start talking because if I'm going to be putting money in on this, I need to figure out housing and all like that. And we want to get a house together for those who
like rent a place.
Who know us.
The OSP party house.
We'll start a reality television show that only has one episode. All right. So our good friend Jazzy Goose, she asked us, what show are you done with, like that you're not going to return to in 2017?
I was telling you, I have a hard time with this because I love all my shows. I'm mostly excited about stuff that's coming up, not abandoning any shows. There are shows I haven't been watching for a while. Like I won't watch Walking Dead anymore. I'm done with that show quite a while ago.
I was saying I'm not thrilled for the upcoming season of Doctor Who, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. And hi Mavis, how are you? Say hello. I'm excited what they're gonna do in 2018 with I'm sorry, who's coming back?
On Doctor Who, it's Capaldi.
No, for 2018. For the.
What are you talking about?
For the next. Is Gatiss coming back for this season? Who's coming back this season?
Moffat?
Moffat. Man,
this upcoming season is going to have Peter Capaldi, and Stephen Moffat is still running the show, but the year after that, they're getting a new doctor, a new showrunner.
Oh, okay. So I thought Gatiss was doing that one.
It's not Gatiss. You're talking about Moffat.
No, but...
They're not switching to him. He's not like the new showrunner.
Well, then I am confused.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Then I can't wait to watch Doctor Who in 2017. But I am not excited for, I don't know, if Flash doesn't get better, I might drop out of that. Because CW's kind of been dropping the ball lately.
That is true, yeah. It hasn't been as good. They have like a third season problem.
Yeah. I don't know. And I'm hearing like Arrow's getting better, but I don't care. I mean, I want to care.
They lost us on the third season with that show.
Legends of Tomorrow lost us 3 episodes in. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I heard mixed reviews. Now I'm hearing Supergirl is actually like the best show on CW, and I'm like, I don't I don't know how that happened.
It didn't happen because Supernatural is on CW.
Well, I meant out of the DC TVU. See, that's cool. All right. So we might save this for when we talk about like recent news, because that's news to me about Gorilla Grodd, Cal. But that's what I'm looking for, so I'm happy about that. I want more villains than just speedsters. Like, it's just been speedsters, and Flash has Flash's rogues gallery.
Was weak. Nolan's saying that Savitar is awful. I thought that was kind of weak, but I also thought the alchemy stuff was kind of weak personally.
Yeah, like there was no twist.
There was no twist. It just ended up being Malfoy, just like we all knew it would be Malfoy. Like you said, the second that they announced alchemy, you called it. So it's very unsurprising. And
Cal, you can just get out of here if you're just gonna be negative like that. Why are you gonna try to take something away from us?
Well, they just got renewed, sucker.
2 more
so
seasons,
deal with
right?
it. Yeah.
Boom. All right. Our buddy Eric Monroe, recent winner of our giveaway.
I like that guy.
Right, he was most recent.
Yes. Yeah. And Brian won.
That one before that, and then it was Ashley.
It's hard for me. We've done so many recently.
We've been doing so many giveaways, but this is the last one for a while. So if you haven't entered yet, please check out the information on how to enter for the sticker giveaway on our Twitter. So he asks, are you in favor of all of these live-action Disney films? If they do a live-action Aladdin, I'm gonna probably have a panic attack. I mean, Beauty and the Beast.
They are doing a live-action Aladdin, I think. Yeah.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in the lead?
I don't know. Like, I'm a little lukewarm on the idea. I don't see why it's, like, necessary. Although I think that they've made some good casting choices, particularly Emma Watson and Beauty and the Beast. That's perfect.
Like, I totally buy her as Belle. Who's playing Beast? You know? I don't know either.
I know that Ryan Gosling was offered it, but turned it down to do La La Land.
Makes sense. But, I mean, at a certain point, it's like, if you do Guy Ritchie's Aladdin, really? Is it really Guy Ritchie? He wouldn't be doing a Disney movie. Is he messing with me? It's called Snatch the Bread from the Bread Line.
But, I mean, if they're good, that's cool. We enjoyed most of the Jungle Book movie. That was better than expected. I don't think that Beauty and the Beast is going to be as good.
The only parts of the Jungle Book movie I didn't like were the, like, song renditions. The Bill Murray Bare Necessities was definitely fine, but I was not a fan.
Christopher Walken,
yeah.
I Want to Be Like You.
Yeah, that was weird. And he was giant. That makes, like, if they're making, like, just weird choices, I don't know how much of a fan I'll be, just because of, like, common sense.
I didn't watch Cinderella. I heard that Tim Burton is doing a live-action Dumbo. Did anyone else hear that? I read a lot of news and I hear a lot of things, and I don't know if that's just, like, in the rumor mill, but I actually heard there was, like, a Tim Burton Dumbo coming out. Which, as you guys know, I am a fan of his earlier work, but that sounds like it's going to be awful. I hate the Willy Wonka.
Look, I think Johnny Depp is going to be fine as Dumbo, okay? Ashley asked us, because of, you know, the death of Carrie Fisher, she asked us, should we be using deceased stars' likeness in film?
See, that's another one that it just kind of depends on what the situation is.
Yeah, I think if it's clear, please stop attacking my foot, please. Sorry, Mavis is pineapple. Pineapples are safe. Stop.
Mavis is safe word.
Me and Mavis is safe. In here a second.
Like, we haven't seen Rogue One yet, but yeah. I do know that they took Peter Cushing's likeness and used it in Rogue One, and that seems appropriate to me.
Yes, and the reason is Peter Cushing has already signed away his likeness for Star Wars to make figures, to make merchandise, and if that's included in his contract, then he knew what he was signing up for, and it's like
and Tarkin doesn't seem like a character that's shoehorned into a story in that plot line. He's an important character, and no one can replace him, so it makes a lot of sense for me. But do I think they should start doing it all willy-nilly?
Like, should they just CGI her into Episode 9 since she's not there to shoot? Like,
yeah, to Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
They're saying they're not going to.
No, but and it also depends like how much, like if it's as far as like just a picture on the wall, like say if Stan Lee died and they continue to keep putting like pictures of him and stuff up, I don't think that would be a problem. But I think if it's like excessive and it's like that's to sell your movie,
Yeah.
then.
So when it's appropriate, basically.
But I mean, think about what they were doing years ago with the hologram performances with like Tupac and Michael Jackson. Like,
yeah.
Who's.
Yeah, see, he also heard that Tim Burton is doing Dumbo.
Well, fun fact, Sam Safety where his banana.
I know, Morgan, that you have strong feelings about Peter Cushing. He was definitely a legend. Again, like, irreplaceable. The only way to, like, put Peter Cushing or a target in a movie is to have it be Peter Cushing.
Nolan asked us, what series of books should Netflix tackle next? I want a new adaptation of Animorphs. Hear me out. I think Nickelodeon did the first one. If they had that Netflix budget, it would be so much better, and I think it would actually be like serious. Those books for that age were actually written really well. I mean, I was reading Animorphs and you were reading Lord of the Rings, but that doesn't mean anything.
I read Animorphs too. I liked Goosebumps.
Tobias was my hawk.
That was like the very first character that was my favorite character, and then something horrible happened to them. Like every time I have a favorite character, something horrible happens to them, and Tobias was my dude, and then he just turned into a bird and got stuck that way.
Yeah, but at least he got a read. For those who haven't read the Animorphs,
Spoiler alert.
But I think one of my favorite Animorphs books was from the point because it was cool because they would take. Hi TJ, how's it going? They would take like one perspective of that. Like they would pick a character in the group, and that book was for that person. And yeah, Goosebumps series would be cool.
See, Billy saying the Cirque du Freak books. I actually liked that John C. Reilly Cirque du Freak movie. I was bummed out that they didn't do more of it. That was cool.
I watched that, and then I saw trailers for The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I'm like, oh, is that attached? And I was like, no, it's not attached to that at all.
No.
I was disappointed.
But I would be fine with them if Netflix did the Cirque du Freak books, like the rest of it, and used John C. Reilly and just like kept on going. Because I was bummed that they didn't continue. I thought that was a good one.
So my favorite Animorphs book, it's from the perspective of Tobias, and he's in a hawk, but he's been given the ability to use the Animorph power and turn back to his regular self or whatever animal he wants, but with the original rules. But he's just a hawk instead of a person. So he's a hawk. He's got to eat, man. So he's like, wah! And he gets a rabbit and he eats it. And whenever they touch something, they absorb that animal's DNA. So like I pet Mavis, I get DNA, and then I can turn into Mavis. But if I stay Mavis for over an hour, I get stuck as Mavis. So what happened to him as a hawk? So he eats the rabbit, and then all of a sudden he hears it, the little squeaking of baby rabbits, and he's like, oh no. So he turns into the mama rabbit and takes care of the baby rabbits. It's a circle of life.
All right, Billy, I'll hear about that.
What?
He says he'll tell me why he doesn't like the Cirque du Freak movie. There's a lot of people who don't like the Cirque du Freak movie, but I thought it was fun.
You can't just be positive.
I know. I think I was like thinking about all my reviews, and I'm like, I always like everything, but
well,
that's not true. I just try to be positive.
I think also it's like sometimes if I watch a show or something and I don't like it, I'm like exhausted by the end of it, and I'm like, why do I want to put any more energy into something I don't care about?
Yeah.
But if it's something like we watched Troll Hunters and we both really like that, and yeah, it's different. I got a scratchy voice. I'm the worst at holding a page. Where's my bookmark? Felicia asked us, most anticipated movie in the next month. I don't even, what's coming out in the next month? Because we want to see La La Land.
We still haven't seen Rogue One.
We want to see Rogue One.
Yeah, the theater is very far from here because we're in like a tiny town.
We
it's
should
like an hour drive to the theater.
we should go see something next week though, because I get paid Friday and we can drive the car.
Yeah.
So I had to get new tires on my car and stuff too. So yeah, A Cure for Wellness I thought looked really cool. It looks like Shutter Island or something. The only part of Resident Evil Final Chapter I'm excited for is to see Jorah. John Wick 2, really? This month?
I want to see Lego Batman.
Yeah, I want to see a fun Batman film. I am not seeing Monster Trucks. It was thought up by a 4-year-old.
That's not happening.
I would rather watch The Room for 20 straight hours than watch 20 minutes of Monster Trucks. I don't know who that is.
He's in that movie you want to see, that Cure for...
Oh, that's the...
Yeah.
Oh. That Green Goblin. Okay, I'm putting it together. I forgot they were the same guy.
That epiphany just now.
Hi, Games Forever. Welcome.
Gamer Forever.
Gamer
Get it
Forever?
right.
I don't have my glasses on. We know I wear glasses, but the lighting provides a glare, and I look like friggin' Elijah Wood from Sin City, and
You
that's
do.
not a good look for
You
anyone.
need the Charlie Brown shirt.
Straight black and white. That'd actually be a cool cosplay. And then do like gray face paint.
Oh, my dad's in here.
Hello, Mr. Barrett.
Yes, I was the someone who recommended the series of unfortunate events on Netflix, and it is very good. We were just talking about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it a bit more.
I'm trying to think if there's any last thank you. You know what? I feel like a 50s greaser just now when I looked at my shirt. No, I appreciate that sentiment, Gamer Forever.
Do you want to do one more, and then maybe we can do some more questions when we have some callers in, get some people going? Because I know it's late for Nolan and Morgan.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was actually prolonging it because Morgan's hilarious when he's tired. So I was like, maybe if I can do this for another 45 minutes.
He's sleep depriving Morgan for your entertainment.
Look, it's torture if Morgan doesn't enjoy doing it, but Morgan, we have to kick Morgan off. He's like, no, I'm just gonna take a nap here. You guys keep going. Yeah, Iron Fist. I want to be excited about. I don't know. At a certain point, it's like, oh, Daredevil was really good. Jessica Jones was really good. Luke Cage was really good. I hope Iron Fist can,
Yeah. I wish that that his like chest decal wasn't so like airbrushy. It looks so bad. Like I guess it's supposed to be a tattoo, but it's like the cheesiest looking tattoo I've ever seen.
We actually have one question left.
Oh, good.
And Delisha asked us another one. And she asked us, do you think Ghost in the Shell can do well with North American audiences? Do you want to see it?
Okay, so we're going to have two very different perspectives because Tom really likes anime. He's a fan of the original.
I'm a fanime.
And I am a little like, I don't know, just uninterested in anime in general. There are a few exceptions, but not many. And I'm excited to see it from the trailer. It looks really cool. It has like this like futuristic but Blade Runner-y type feel to it. The like robotic geishas are really cool looking. So just visually, I'm interested in it. But
visually meaning looking at Scarlett Johansson. Or...
That is also not a negative.
My first reaction was hesitant because it's not a video game movie, but it kind of feels it's like in that same like ranking to where like I don't think I've seen that many good anime movies unless they were like I think Death Note, Death Note from Japan is really good. Live action. I'm excited for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. See you soon, Chase. But I saw the trailer and everything, and I saw that like they like pretty much replicated it for like shot for shot in some of the places. And sorry, Morgan. And I got excited for it, but I guess they're changing like little bits here and there of like the original origin. And while yes, I enjoy the anime and everything like that, I don't think I'm enough of a Ghost in the Shell truist to really care. Like my friends James and Marissa, they really love Ghost in the Shell. They're all about the characters. I can only name 2 or 3 of them where they can name the whole cast. Yeah, Marissa has the.
I did a Ghost in the Shell like tattoo on the back of her neck.
But yeah, I forgot all about that. Waterworld's coming to Netflix. Sorry, that was distracting. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it will do well for. You succeeded in your question.
You're making time.
All right, then I'll just shut up. Let's go. Let's call them right now.
I'm gonna put Raul on the list. I saw Raul come in. I liked his appearance on BFF.
Yeah, that was really nice. I like that new segment.
He got to defend his movie. I'm all about that.
All right, so we're calling Nolan and Morgan?
Nolan and Morgan, yes. So on my list, I just want to let you guys know, because I see that we have quite a few viewers in the room right now, but I have Nolan and Morgan coming in, and then I have Billy on the list, Eric on the list, Raul, and Chase if he wanted to come in. I know he said he'd be right back. Am I missing anybody who I should put on the queue here?
Good night, Cal.
Later, Cal. If I didn't see your name and you want to call in, just make sure you give me a heads up in the chat, and I'll make sure that everyone gets a turn.
If you're new to our channel, thank you.
I see Randall.
I was just segueing to Randall. If you're new to our channel, pretty much what this channel originally was pretty much a, and it still is, but we do all of our live sessions here. We record like 3-hour-long episodes on a particular topic. Usually people who like the show will send in suggestions, and hello, Nolan. Send in suggestions and ideas for the topics and ideas for questions, and then we just concentrate on that, and then those get edited down into like a 30-minute segment for Tough. We're also just started doing gameplay videos, odd-shaped plays with me and Randall Sands in the chat. We also have some other games planned in the future. Little Big Planet 3 with Ashley and Joe from BFF. We're going to do a couple.
I'm going to play as well on that, yeah.
Why we did this?
Well, I didn't know if you and Randall were the couple.
Oh, well, I don't know. There's chemistry there. But enough about us. How's it going, guys? How's it over the lake or pond, as it were? Sorry, I was just watching Unfortunate Events.
It's currently very cold in Cyprus right now.
Okay, 1 second. Your audio's a little low, but that might be my fault. Just give me 1 second.
Am I on?
Oh, it's because it's all the way here, because it's not a normal computer.
Am I here?
Yeah, I can see you, Morgan.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
There we go. I just had it low.
Thing.
How many trees you chopped down today, Morgan?
Shut up.
How much drugs have you smoked?
Who?
Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan.
Enough.
Probably no drugs, that would be my guess.
All of them.
He just looks sleepy.
All the hard stuff.
Some guy just brought him a briefcase with a sampler, and he just went nuts.
No, I have this hat on though.
Yeah. Oh, that's the hat you made.
That's the hat that I made him.
Beautiful hat.
Do you like that the scarf is a skinny scarf?
Yeah. Yeah, the scarf's very comfortable. The scarf's very comfortable. I've been wearing it as a matching outfit. People were complimenting me on my matching hat and scarf. It was fun.
Very cool. Well, did you want to ask them some of the questions? Or
well, I mean, I don't know. Is it nationalist to ask them about Sherlock?
It
wouldn't make any sense because I don't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't think that Morgan watched it.
It wouldn't make any sense to ask me about Sherlock. It is in fact racist that you would assume I would watch.
Not racist. That's why I said nationalist.
British.
Well, I think it is. We can say that you. I don't think you'd be let down if you're a fan of the series. So we don't have to go into the whole thing. If you want to know, there's an article on our WordPress by Kimber
And I won't spoil things, but I will say that I'm quite pleased to see my favorite familiar face. Spoilers, if you know me.
That can mean anything.
No, it can mean one
No, it
thing.
can't. It means one person, even I know.
The Hound of Baskerville is back.
Did you miss me?
Indeed.
And he's talking now. I don't know. Is there any recent news that you guys heard about? Well, I don't know. How much do you guys know about the Marvel Universe?
Quite a
now.
lot.
It's like,
I've learned recently about all the inside stuff.
well, you heard Peter Dinklage has been, I guess, probed.
Yes.
Pro.
I heard that.
I hope he's not playing MODOK.
I would like to see it. I think that's a good, a fair assessment that he might be playing MODOK.
Obvious though.
Is it though? Because I've been like racking my brain, and I think there's a few other choices he could do. Because keep in mind, he could just be doing like mocap and it's CGI. It doesn't have to be like. I think his like the bone structure of his head is perfect for it, or his skull structure.
He's got a great face for
He's
MODOK.
got a great face for MODOK, and I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but.
I love Peter Dinklage.
No, I love Peter Dinklage too, but saying someone's got a great face for MODOK isn't very.
His face is just full of character, and he can really like do a lot with it.
Yeah, even if it was just his face, I feel like they would enhance it in some way or play with some kind of prosthetic. But I was thinking King the Conqueror would probably be a good pick too, because I feel like that's a very gravitas in his voice. So I
actually heard of that character, so that helps.
Yeah, and we get some little time travel in there.
Did you tell them why I would like it to be MODOK?
Why would you like it to be MODOK?
Because I'd like to see him with Sam Rockwell. I would hope.
Yes, that would be cool. Okay, so if this were to happen, that means that Advanced Ideal Mechanics from Iron Man 3 and Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2 would get together, and then MODOK was created. So if Justin Hammer came back, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he's a favorite of ours. Big fan of Sam Rockwell.
Hi, Raul. Hi, Mormo. How's it going? Hi, Ashley.
I'll come back over.
Peter Dinklage for Norman Osborn. Who do you? Yeah, in the chat. Who do you think?
That's not a bad shout.
You like that?
I'd like to see Matthew McConaughey too, but Peter Dinklage would be pretty good.
I really want Matthew McConaughey, and I say this all the time, to be Carnage. After seeing True Detective, I think his Cletus Cassidy would be amazing.
You'll probably never see Carnage in the MCU, though. You'll probably see him on like Netflix if you're lucky.
Oh, TJ saying he might be Beta Ray Bill's voice in Ragnarok.
That
would be really interesting.
No matter who Dinklage plays, I'm a big fan of his, and I'm really glad that he's getting to do such a
when
cool.
you think about the caliber of actors that are actually in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's Anthony Hopkins, Idris Elba, like the list is ridiculous.
Dinklage is that good.
That's why I'm saying he's already on that.
I just worry about the wage bill.
What, you think they can't afford him?
No, but like, how many top stars do the MCU have? Like, they'll be spending $700 million on wages, and then they'll have nothing for anything else. And if they keep coming out with all these.
As much as I love that Hugo Weaving was like a one-shot character, I would also love for him to come back. I think that would, if Infinite War all of a sudden out behind Thanos, fucking like the Red Skull showed up, I'd be like, cool. They wrapped that up.
Those movies also made massive.
True.
So they
what if Peter Dinklage is playing Red Skull?
That wouldn't work though.
Yeah, no. See, I don't want. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a mistake that what they did with Trask. It's just they didn't give Peter Dinklage anything to do to make that character his own. It just was like him in a suit, and then you're like, okay, so he's Trask. And I don't want them to, like, I don't know. I don't want them to like elongate him into like a different character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if he was to voice something and mocap it, or play something that was.
And if it is MODOK, I feel like he's the only person who can get away with that without it being like offensive, because he's really so.
I think John Hamm could do MODOK too.
But I mean, if they're going to use a little person.
Oh, well, yeah.
Instead of like having some, there's not very many famous little people to choose from if you're going that
I don't
route.
even think it has to be a little person role, though. MODOK just has a big head and tiny arms.
Yeah, you know how people also get pissed that, if little people don't get jobs on stuff that they
Well, that's
think.
another thing, too, is, I mean, we finally got, like, a full, like, African-American, like, director, crew.
Yeah,
like,
very
that
excited
is,
about that.
so we should be celebrating diversity and not worrying about, like, what roles are going to be, like, hurt by a certain actor's portrayal.
Yeah.
What if he's just like Martin Freeman in Civil War, though? Like he's just like one of those politics.
I hope that, because that's, for me, that's Trask in Days of Future Past. That's pretty much the same thing. He was like, I'm here in a suit.
I'd like to let them give him something that he can really work with and do something cool with.
Yeah, if not like something integral to the story, at least a cool piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, I wanted Martin Freeman to be Norman Osborn, and I was so sad that he wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would that work though?
I am loving Martin's beautiful silver hair that he has coming in now. He looks great. On Sherlock, all of a sudden his hair is silver and it's a good look.
Joe, The Watcher is owned by Fox, so I don't know if that's gonna happen since he's like in Fantastic Four lore, like Galactus and stuff. They have a lot of the cosmic entities. It would be interesting. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say Grandmaster, but I know that's gonna be Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum is gonna be in the same tier as Anthony Hopkins and Idris Elba.
Directed by Taika Waititi, so you got every reason to be excited.
I am so excited for Thor. I'm excited for all the Marvel movies this year.
It was Ashley and Joe and Mormo came in.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at your
list.
Make sure you let us know if you want to, call in. We're going to rotate and just talk a bit for each person. Joe says that he would have loved Red Skull and Civil War in Zemo's position. A lot of people give Zemo a bad rap in that movie. I thought it was good.
Zemo was the one villain that's actually beat the Avengers, so I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, and
there's nothing wrong with him.
I guess
there's no reason to not like
the comic book style. Do you really want like a purple sock over like his head?
Could be like Rorschach though. Like the Zemo thing could be kind of like Rorschach.
Yeah, and then everyone's gonna say he's a Rorschach ripoff. Like, I don't think they would have won in that situation.
I guess.
TJ, that's another movie we need to catch up on. We were talking about that before. Hunt of the Wilder People. I know Kimber really wants to do that. I guess Morgan didn't like it.
Is that who you dressed as, Morgan?
If you want to think that, okay, let's go with that.
All right, you heard it here. Morgan Robinson from Horror House Podcast says he hates Hunt for the Wilder People. No Wilder People even died.
What a silly thing to say that was.
No, that's not what he said at all, guys.
No, stop lying. Stop putting words into my mouth.
I'm enjoying this so much.
Get in there. Get in there.
So we're gonna have to switch out callers in a minute here. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about in like current pop culture or shows that you've been watching recently, without too many spoilers, of course?
Whilst we're still on the shifting from like the MCU, I've heard this thing going around that in Spider-Man: Homecoming, they're not gonna have Spider-Man punching anybody.
Why?
I don't know. They want to come up with different ways for him to beat villains. The trailer.
I could see that here's the thing, if Peter Parker punched someone at full capacity, they would become like literally a fine red mist. He's like, I think he's a 30-tonner. He's like one of the strongest street level heroes there is.
Especially if he punches Michael Keaton.
If it's like a restraint thing, if he's worried about seriously hurting someone, that could be interesting. I don't know. It would be cool if they did concussion webbing, where he shoots, like he does balls of webbing quick and hits people with balls of webs.
When I go and see a superhero film, I want to see people punching each other in the face. If there's nobody punching each other in the face, I'm not going to be happy, regardless of what the rest of it's like.
You want to see a teenager beating up Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
Morgan, you need to write more reviews for the blog.
Do I want to get punched in the face?
I'll do whatever you want.
Nice. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about real quick, Morgan?
Probably, but I forgot about it now.
Do you have anything you wanted to plug? I know you just put out a horror house recently.
I did. New horror house came out yesterday.
Pretty good episode.
Most anticipated horrors of the next year with Randall Sands, who I think will be coming on later, or he's in the chat now or something. But yeah, really fun episode. Very nice. Talked about all sorts. Alien Covenant, Jordan Peele's Get Out,
Stephen King's It.
King stuff, you, Nolan. And some of the ones that, you know, we weren't like really bothered about either, like the new Friday the 13th. Nobody cares.
Boo. Boo.
But then, yeah, and of course, Split is coming out this weekend too, on Friday.
So I actually really want to see that.
Tom
Yeah,
wants to see
M.
that one.
Shyamalan is a great writer. I know I will stand by that forever.
So yeah, go and check
How
that out.
about- Everyone should definitely check that out. It was a really good episode. I enjoyed it a lot, but I always enjoy Morgan's show. While I have you on, I do have to mention, while we're talking about pop culture news, the horrible news that they're considering remaking House on Haunted Hill.
What?
It's
Why
depressing.
even do that? Is there even a demand for that?
There's no demand for anything.
Isn't there one in the 90s?
Anything like that. They're coming out with more garbage ideas to remake horrors that should just be left alone. They're doing this with Suspiria as well. Now they're doing it with Haunted Hill. They're stepping on mine and Kimber's Vincent Price turf, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Yeah, and Tom mentioned, didn't they remake House on Haunted Hill like 10 years ago or something, and it wasn't great? Maybe a little longer than that. It's a bummer. They would leave it alone. Like, some movies are just perfect and safe and should not be messed with. And
Never.
the one with Vincent Price, like, you're not going to be able to replace him, you know?
You're not going to be able to replace anything. You know, the reason House on Haunted Hill works is it's because it's quite silly.
Yes.
It's obviously
Very
pretty
self-aware.
silly. It doesn't take itself seriously. You can guarantee they're going to turn it into air quotes legitimate horror, and it's not going to work. And just no, really.
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that.
In like 98, which is more like 20 years ago.
98.
Yeah, I remember seeing The Haunting, and I get them mixed up a lot because House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
The Haunting's far more serious.
You know what I would like revisited? Rose Red. You ever watch
Check
that?
that one out.
Miniseries?
Rose Red? No.
It was like a TV miniseries in the 90s, and I think if like Netflix or somebody tackled it now, it could be really cool. But that like warrants a remake because it wasn't executed like well in the first place. But when you go and
What's all that about?
yeah, I mean, there's elements of it that I love, but it's not a condensed story. It's like stretched out.
Yeah, Sam's asking me, wasn't Vincent Price in the remake? And frankly, I have no idea.
98?
98? No, he was dead before then.
Dead.
Yeah, no
Way
way.
dead.
Was he resurrected with CGI like Peter Cushing?
In 98, it
George-
was.
George Lucas went back and did an edition,
While
put him in there, and right.
While we're on Peter Cushing now, can I please just say, I really can't stand people who are saying, oh my God, why, it's horrible that you've done this. It is offensive to Peter Cushing and his Legacy. No, seriously, when I had no idea this was going on. I went into Rogue One as a Star Wars fan who'd watched trailers, who'd sort of read
Yeah,
up
we
on
haven't
stuff
so much
beforehand.
for you.
I'd read the book Catalyst. You can actually, I've wrote a piece on that for the WordPress or Shape Panel WordPress on Rogue One and Catalyst. Tarkin is one of my favorite characters. When I saw Tarkin's, I'm just going to say reflection. I'm not really spoiling anything, but when I saw his reflection, I thought, oh God, that guy looks really like Peter Cushing. And then he turned around and I literally started crying because I
Aw.
realized, oh my God, they've managed to do it. And it's getting me emotional now for some reason. But
Sure, you're not just
it was
tired.
really well done. I thought it was really respectfully done. And I personally loved it.
I think Disney has that like technology like pinned down as far as like the reverse aging and the like just like being able to map a person's face and put it back in and make it look realistic.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. We watched Ant-Man again the other day and we're like, man, I remember when Michael Douglas was youngish.
Exactly. It looked exactly like young Michael Douglas, that.
That Robert Downey Jr. We saw that.
Directed Ant-Man.
Like,
Yeah, they just keep getting better with it too.
welcome back, Jace.
All right, you ready to?
Yeah. Who's up for the next round? Thanks, guys, for coming by. Nolan, did you have anything you wanted to plug while you're on?
My book Freckled Fables finished, so if anyone wants to beta test that, that's fine. And just follow me on Twitter at NolanDean27 as always.
All right, well, thank you so much, guys. Always nice talking to you. Get some
Always.
sleep, Morgan.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.
I guess
Give them the boot. Just kidding. We love you guys.
We off? Are we off? Am I still on? Oh, God.
Morgan.
Eric and
I would have
Bill.
Billy and Eric next.
And then whoever wants to come in after that. Yeah, Eric and Billy will do.
It would, yeah, the order would technically be Billy and Eric, and then Chase with Raul if Chase wanted to come on. And I have Randall, Delisha, Mormo, and Ashley and Joe on the list.
I guess your parents saw Rogue One.
Yeah. Oh, my parents go to the movies when it's like a Marvel movie or Star Wars. For sure they go. So we're just giving Billy and Eric a call here. And then we'll continue shortly. If you guys have any more questions that you think of, feel free to write them in the chat, and we'll try to respond to everybody. Telling my dad that he should watch Series of Unfortunate Events. I know he's an MPH fan.
Eric, would you mind throwing your email in there again for some? It's been saving everyone's lately, but
Well, Eric's only called them a couple times.
oh,
so
that's
maybe.
what it is.
Cool, Chase. So we'll have you in the next rotation. And TJ, let me know if you'd like to come in. Yes, Gmail, please, Eric.
See that? I don't know if I would have been a fan of that, TJ. I feel like that might have been a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
Um,
He's talking about Heath Ledger's Joker.
like maybe putting his CGI in like Dark Knight Rises, which apparently in the original script you were supposed to see the back of him in Arkham anyway. So I would have been fine with that, and they didn't even like.
Damn, I forgot on the list.
Oh, Sans on this. Cool.
Okay, Ashley, I have you guys on the list.
The
The rotation should
is
go
Eric-
pretty quick with
Hold on, let me
2
check
callers
my-
at a time.
my Twitter, maybe.
Anyway, I have the freaking theme song stuck in my head from Series of Unfortunate Events. I think I'll write you on the chat.
Look away, look away. Oh, it's fun, Morgan.
So yeah, Eric, whenever you want to send us your Gmail here, we'll get you in next with Billy. There you go.
Yeah, I knew it had the 200 in it. Hello, Billy.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty well.
Any recent news you want to talk about?
Lots. First off, series of unfortunate events. Neil Patrick Harris, man. I would have never thought that he would pull something off like that. Eric!
What's up, Billy? What's up, guys?
I think this is the first time we're actually talking face to face.
I know, it's awesome.
Eric, meet Billy. You talk amongst yourselves.
Billy!
You take over the show.
Yeah, we only like talk every day in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like my oasis, that chat.
About NPH, Billy?
Yeah, when I first heard that Neil Patrick Harris was going to be Count Olaf, I was very skeptical because I love Neil, don't get me wrong, but he has had a certain type. He acts a certain way that I didn't think was right for Count Olaf because, you know, he's like a big musical guy, Doogie Howser. But then I also thought, you know, Barney Stinson is a womanizer and, you know, straight, and Neil Patrick Harris is obviously gay. So it's really hilarious watching How I Met Your Mother. And I gave it a chance, and he exceeded my expectations. Like,
yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I am a big series of unfortunate events fan. Just ignore the Joker. But I have all 13 books. I have read them many times, and they're very, very faithful. And it feels like a Wes Anderson film, honestly. And
it's somewhere between Wes Anderson and like Tim Burton when he does like Big Fish, or even like the little Edward Scissorhands in there. But for sure, it's got a really cool style to it.
Yeah, but I just binged through the entire thing in one day, which for a Netflix series like that, that's rare for me because it took a while for me to finish Luke Cage. I mean, I didn't hate it, and I did finish it, but it was okay. Wasn't my favorite. Yeah. Oh, and I know I'm going to be the only guy that is excited for Wonder Woman and Justice League. I mean, I got people that are cautious about Wonder Woman, but, you know, I got to bring those.
I'm most excited.
I'm super pumped for Wonder Woman. Super pumped for Wonder Woman.
This recent news is because DC went and told everybody that Ares is confirmed for Wonder Woman, and I don't understand why DC just can't keep its mouth shut and let us be surprised for once. Like, I had my suspicions Ares was going to be in it, but I don't need it confirmed. It was the same thing with Doomsday. If I didn't know Doomsday was going to be in it, and all of a sudden Doomsday ripped through the movie, I've been like, holy crap, okay. Like, at least you gave me something I wasn't expecting, but... And I want Justice League to be good. Don't, like... If I look at something and it looks like a garbage fire, I'm going to say it looks like a garbage fire. But, like, Justice League so far, it looks good. I haven't seen more than the same, like, trailer footage.
I'm definitely more excited for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I am, too. But it's also a period piece, too, and I'm a sucker for period pieces.
Let's let Eric talk for a second.
Yeah.
For me, I'm very excited for Wonder Woman, but it has to deliver. I can't walk out. If I walk out of the theater and I'm like, it was okay, it had its moments, I'm not going to have any enthusiasm for Justice League. It has to be the film that I jump out of the theater and I'm telling the people in line, oh, you're going to love it. And I go back the next day and see it. It's got to deliver. It can't just be so-so for me.
Yeah, they're definitely about due for like something that's really successful and people really like. I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of people are in the chat. A lot of the guys are saying that they're excited for Wonder Woman. And
I like Gail Gadget. I think she's going to do fine.
Yeah, the only person who doesn't like her is Raul. So
There are people who don't like her. I
No,
like
no, I'm
her.
just teasing.
I think she looks
I get accused. People say I'm biased because she's Jewish and was born in Israel, but no, even if she wasn't, I still like her.
The reason I like her is because not only is she like she's tall, like when she's taking like
She's
Batman
like 5'11".
versus Superman,
Mhm.
like it's believable that she's an Amazon. Like a lot of people aren't saying like she's built, but she's also like she's not like Death by Snoo, but like she's like I would still buy that as like Amazon. I guess
like if she was next to me, she would look
If-
big.
yeah.
Yeah,
um,
and she's gorgeous.
and the fact that she has that ethnic look only helps because they're supposed to have like she has like almost Greek features, but I can also see
Israeli.
Israeli in
Yeah.
there.
A lot of people don't even know she was Miss Israel 2004.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Yeah.
2004.
I like the accent for her too. It gives her like he was saying, like this
Authenticity.
exotic thing
Yeah.
about her, which she should definitely have.
And my personal favorite moment of Batman vs Superman was her entrance.
Oh,
That was without question. Even though I wasn't crazy about the film, everybody in the theater would wanted to just to jump up and applaud because it was so badass.
Everybody did cheer and applaud in my theater. It was nuts, dude.
We got a few woo.
Yeah,
It was a good
I would say
entrance.
that's the one that I'm the most excited.
I like her because she smiles, in a Zack Snyder film. Oh, he doesn't let Superman smile, and Batman.
Oh, I heard you were telling me today. I guess the writer for Batman is like a retired CIA agent.
The
No.
writer who's writing the comics.
Oh, man, I was really excited. I was like,
No, the writer who's currently writing Batman's comics is former CIA. I heard that today, and I thought that was really interesting because it's perfect for Batman. I think that's a cool
That's
point of
cool.
view to have to write Batman.
Mormo's saying he's gonna bring tissues to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, another DC.
Oh, I wanted to bring up. I'm totally with everyone. I hate these horror remakes. I hate them all. I am sick of them butchering all my beloved classics that I absolutely adore, and I don't want any. Like Morgan was saying, stop. Just come out with original content. Stop with the remakes. I mean, I walked out of Evil Dead when it was over, and I was pissed. I was just like, what did I just watch?
I kind of liked the Evil Dead remake.
Nah, it
So,
didn't do
so
it.
did
for me.
I. I thought it was fine. And that Ash cameo at the end, spoiler if you haven't seen it.
That
it's
was good. I'll
4
give you that.
years. I mean, he had to say the line. But I'm glad that they went with the TV series, and now we got the TV series. And
Oh, I do love the show. I do love Ash vs. Evil Dead. That is a good show.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I thought the big death that the big huge visual kill at the end of the movie. I don't want to ruin it too much for him, but I thought that was one of the most satisfying creature deaths I've seen in a film ever for horror. I thought it was really good, and I thought there was something cool about the makeup they did and stuff for the Deadites. I liked it.
It didn't do it for me, but I love the original film and the sequels so much. It's just one of those things.
There's definitely trends in horror right now. There's a lot of home invasion movies, and I think they were talking about this on Morgan's podcast, and that's why it's fresh in my head.
Oh yeah, Hush. I loved Hush.
And those are almost kind of original lately. I mean, we had Funny Games a little bit while ago, and there's definitely, I guess, slasher movies can count as home invasion movies.
That's a home invasion movie, but also heavily influenced by A Clockwork Orange and stuff too. That's a weird one.
But yeah.
It's a artsy one.
funny enough, transitioning from the Evil Dead remake to Home Invasion, Fede Alvarez did Don't Breathe. And the Evil Dead remake, that was his directorial debut. So if you didn't, if you didn't like that, Eric, then if you liked Don't Breathe, then there you go.
I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah, the more you know.
Really
Wow, that's good to know.
knowledge.
Wow.
Billy's prepping for when fan friction comes back.
Right.
And a schmodown that I'm going to kick Max Vincent's ass. So, yeah, I'm calling you out, Max. You'll never see this.
Oh, I'm
The
linking.
one horror remake I really did like, and it gets no fanfare, was The Last House on the Left. It was like 2008, 2009. I liked that. It was Sarah Paxton was in it. I liked that remake.
The original.
That's that rape movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of
That's
that.
a body invasion movie.
Yeah, somebody else
Yeah.
invading.
And revenge.
That wasn't a bad one. That wasn't a bad one.
It's just too much rape for me. I don't need all that rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot. Before I forget, the Circuit Freak. Why I didn't.
Speaking of rape,
movie, I had to explain it. I know it's out of nowhere. I made a good transition. Now I got to make a bad one. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the books, and they just totally missed the mark on many characters and stuff. I thought John C. Reilly was a good choice for Crepsley. He was actually a very good choice, but kid they got to play Darren sucked. Hutcherson was okay, and
Your twin.
yeah, my twin. And the worst ones were Mr. Tall, looked terrible. I mean, he's Ken Watanabe, which was really sad because I really like him. And Willem Dafoe as Gavner. As Gavner. And in the books, he's nothing like Willem Dafoe. So that movie was...
And recast.
Yeah, but I would definitely say keep Search to Freak as a Netflix series. There's plenty of material to go with, and they make vampires actually pretty awesome. Like they do things with it that they don't usually do traditional vampires, but there are the traditional they can't go out in the sunlight sort of thing. But yeah, I had to get that out of the way real quick, and now we can go back to horror remakes and why I absolutely cannot stand The Haunting remake.
Oh.
I cannot stand it. It's one of the few films.
Don't even get me started.
It's one of the few films I hate. I don't hate many.
Best film. What are you talking about?
The one with Owen Wilson in it, really? I mean, no, you gotta understand. The Haunting is my favorite horror film of all time. And it was made by one of the greatest directors of all time, Robert Wise. And if you don't know what he's done, look up his filmography. You will know you should know his name. And yeah, to be remade by the guy who made Speed 2, no. Just, no. I mean, it made it funny in Scary Movie 2, because that was basically what most of the plot was parodying. I thought that was funny, but aside from that, that makes me so mad. Although they did kill Owen Wilson, and it was cool. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say was like they were coming out with some cool ones, but then like there's some that like even just their names like I can't get behind. Mormo was just saying he saw Bye Bye Man today, and he actually said it was pretty scary. But the title like makes me so disinterested. Like I don't know. Like
Is it because it has Bye Bye, which is your favorite Screen Junkie Hal's catchphrase?
Oh my god, maybe it's the little. I've been conditioned by Hal to hate this movie. No, I don't know. It just seems silly, but if Mormo's a pretty good judge of horror movies, so.
I love Mormo.
Mormo's awesome.
Any other
Trauma films.
I had some other news written down. Let me look real quick.
Oh, I have something I wanted to talk with Kimber about. She
just went to the other room.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Well, it could apply to you too. Have you read the Game of Thrones? Do you read the books?
I'm working on it. I started with Dunk and Egg, and then I started the first book, but I've just been super busy.
Okay.
But I know a lot of the lore because I watched a lot of
George R. R. Martin, he promised Winds of Winter will be out this year.
Really?
Now, it's George R. R. Martin. He could just be
December
lying.
31st.
I'm going to take him at his word that it will come out this year.
I mean,
I will be at the midnight release.
I mean, he said that a while ago, but you know what? This seems about right.
Yeah, I believe it this time. I think like probably November. It's going to be the end of the year, but As long as it's coming out, I have to read it. I have to know. Because I'm such a big fan of that world.
Yeah.
Martin said that.
Oh, and Bill, you made me think today. Reminisce about Smallville, the 100th episode.
Reckoning.
When it originally aired, I cried. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
I cried because I didn't want it to be that character that.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil who dies.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who
if
either,
you know
but-
Superman lore, I think you can pretty easily deduct.
You could tell that it was gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
100th episode.
I'm looking at the jacket right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
My friend has that jacket, that same jacket. Oh,
It's so cool.
It's rad.
That's not the one where it could have been a tornado, but it wasn't, right? Is that the one?
I'll actually defend that, and I will defend Man of Steel as a good movie.
You know what?
I'm
I
sorry.
I'm alive.
Man of Steel so much better now.
No, I mean,
At
I
first,
always
I
liked
was
Man of
obsessed.
Steel.
Contender out of default.
Now I kind of like it now.
I've always
Yeah,
liked
because-
Man of Steel. I'm just putting that on the record.
And I think, you know what? I do think he's a good Superman. I don't care what anyone says. I think he is a good Superman.
He looks like Superman. I can say that much.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is for
See, I was a
Delicia.
fan of his from the Tudors.
This is my shirt for Delicia. I just got this Harry Potter shirt. I thought that
That's awesome.
all the Harry Potter people would like that. So
That's so rad. Oh.
They released promo shots for Defenders this week.
yeah,
Yes, I
Yeah,
saw
I-
that. Looks really, really cool.
I don't know if I like Iron Man with a beard, or not Iron Man, Iron Fist with a beard. I don't know
Mm.
what it is.
I'm not crazy
Like, I
about
thought-
that casting of Loris from Game of Thrones. I wasn't crazy about the casting of him for that role, but he could be good. We'll see.
Well, as Kimber just pointed out, Loris was into shaving, so the whole beard thing.
Oh god. Now, I'm a big fan of Iron Fist, like the Immortal Iron Fist, Power Man, and Iron Fist. Like it's gonna be awesome. Trust. Like knowing Marvel, what they do with the lore, and his awesome origin story. Yeah. I was really hesitant on the bearded look as well, but then I'm thinking, well, Thor makes it work because Thor in the comics, he's clean shaven,
Absolutely.
and also he has a helmet, but that just doesn't feel right. I don't know, maybe.
The helmet's supposed to be coming in Thor Ragnarok. There's supposed to be a helmet.
Yeah, that's true, but like he's still got the beard, and he's usually not with a beard, and it really depends on what the Iron Fist costume looks like. Because I'm glad they have the emblem on his chest, because that's just straight up from the comic books. And
Yeah, I think it could have been executed a little bit better though. It looks like it's thicker, and not.
I feel like Colleen Wing is going to be the standout because, well, first, people are probably going to be hesitant because it's one of the Sand Snakes, and yeah, no, wait, but Colleen Wing is really awesome. Like, she's probably going to teach Claire some martial arts. She's got a sword. She's pretty awesome. Just
I'll
keep
give
it,
you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it. I will keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Because that was not my favorite part of Game of Thrones season 5. If you
Mine
watch
neither.
any of my reviews, I complained a lot about that. But I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, in the 5th book, I'm really disappointed they didn't use Ariane Martell because there's
Me
this.
too.
Because
so many
well,
things in the books.
also it made Doran Martell so much better in the books because like there's this scene where he's talking with Ariane about why he does the approach he does, and it's actually really smart. And I think it's something like Oberyn was the snake in the grass and I was the grass. You know, like it's all just a cruel ploy. But they threw that out the window, and Alexander Siddig is awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
This is a disservice to the entire Martell family, with the exception of Oberyn. Oberyn was amazing. I loved him on the show, and I loved Pedro Pascal.
They butchered it besides him, absolutely.
But the rest of the family is terrible.
And we lived with a book
There's-
reader at the time who was like, "Man, the sand snakes are such badasses. You're gonna love the sand snakes." And
I was excited too.
Like,
And then when
What, Eric?
I was so excited for the Sand Snakes too in season 5, and then when the way they played out and the actresses, I was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm not
have
gonna
a-
say what it is. There's a twist in the 5th book, another twist that I was very disappointed the show did not implement.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm only on the 4th book.
It's
so
not
no
LS.
spoilers, please.
If you know what it's not, I'm not talking about LS. It's a different character.
No spoilers.
I still probably would know. You can
talk
probably
about it on
discuss it
Twitter.
later.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're actually going to switch callers in a minute here. Do you
All right.
have any final thoughts or anything you wanted to talk about real quick?
One question for all of you. Who do you think would win in a fight? Lady Sif or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. See,
Is there one-
it's
yeah.
not just because I'm biased. I have reasons, actually. Although Sif would put up an amazing fight.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah. I think she would just. It's a good. I almost think Valkyrie versus Wonder Woman would almost be a closer fight
Yeah, I can see that.
because I think they're just both battle tested. Like Sith is obviously battle tested, but compared to like as Guardians, I mean they all are.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I'd watch.
yeah,
I'd
I mean-
watch the fight.
I would love to see it.
get that lasso out.
Right.
Could be a fun fight.
What about you, Billy? Any final questions or thoughts?
Could you fight Wonder Woman?
Oh no, I'd let her beat the crap out of me any day. She is.
Oh,
Hey,
that says
she
a lot.
is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Punch me in the face, beautiful lady.
I mean, like that Wonder Woman trailer when she's like, "You're a man." If I woke up, I'd just be like, "Did I just die and go to heaven, man?" Because
For me, that invoked the Little Mermaid.
woo!
Yeah, a little bit.
I would have been like, yeah, the only surviving male on Earth. By the way, why The Last Man? That is a series that needs to be made. I think they're working on
Yeah,
it.
they
But
are working on it.
we're gonna get the rotation
All right.
going.
Thanks for
oh,
having
yeah,
me on. Good to talk to you, Billy, Tom, Kimber. Love you all. I'll talk to you all on Twitter.
A pleasure.
we love you too, man. And you.
Yeah. 2017 is gonna be awesome, and I'm just gonna leave you with a little bit of Lego Batman. Go see my movie.
First try.
Nice, guys.
Have a good night, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you.
Next up in the rotation is Chase and Raul. Are you guys still here? Give us a signal in the chat. And Chase, if you're interested, we're going to need your Gmail so that we can send you an invite from Google Hangouts.
This is the I need your Gmail dance. I'm praying to the Gmail gods. I did it wrong again. Start again.
Up after Chase and Raul, we're going to have Randall and Delisha, if they're both around.
Don't forget about Ashley. And
Yeah, Ashley and Joe and Mormo and Sam. Raul's here. We can go ahead and send one to Raul. Still here, Chase?
Chasing the night away. Chasing the night away. You take a Mavis drink, you take a vodka drink.
Nice.
You take the meows of the good times. Hey, Mavis. Remind you of the best times. Ah!
That's what you get.
I deserve this.
Well deserved.
Wonder
Mavis.
Woman.
Ken Man.
If we don't hear from Chase in a minute here, we'll go ahead and give Randall a call if Randall's still here.
Nobody Randall?
So Randall, if you're here,
Let us know.
let us know.
I'm bleeding my own blood.
How you doing, Raul?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. We liked your appearance on BFF.
We really liked it.
Thank you.
I was like, man, I really don't want to look at Joe's face any longer. And then Raul popped up. No, I'm kidding. Joe's face is pretty good.
But no, I like that segment. It was cool to see them doing something new, and that Raul got a chance to defend his movie a little bit more.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was like a fight commentary,
Yeah.
and it totally made sense for that setting.
Yeah, it was
Um,
after the fan friction.
He hasn't gone back to us either. How about just Delisha?
We can do Delisha.
All right, Delisha, we're going to send you a call since we haven't heard back from Randall or Chase yet.
And we'll try to get them in the next round if we hear from them. Raul and Delisha will be a good pairing. So did you have any shows that you're watching now that you wanted to talk about, or any pop culture news you heard that you wanted to talk about?
Well, from shows, I just finished. It was yesterday. I finished a series of fortunate events.
Yes.
Now we're halfway through. Hi, Delisha.
Hi.
We can hear you, but we can't see you
I
yet.
don't know why. Hold on.
Just check if your camera's on, because sometimes it loads up off for some reason.
Hold on.
Yes, check the camera icon.
How do I do that?
I think if you just press the center of the screen, the options will come down, and then
Let me see.
I still have Mavis scratches on me.
She scratched you.
Why isn't she like Chumbawamba?
So
there
did
we
you
go.
enjoy fortunate events, Raul?
There you
There
are.
she is.
Hi.
Yeah, I enjoy it, but like I said to Nolan earlier, like I think that
Spoilers, though.
No spoilers.
No, I'm not gonna say spoilers. I got confused a lot because of the movie. Because the first 6 episodes is the movie, and then the following 2 is the book that the movie didn't touch.
Yeah.
And so the last 2 episodes were the ones that I really enjoyed the most because I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna see season 2, but I didn't love it as Nolan of other people have already seen the show.
All right, that's totally fair.
It's not fair at all. He is a great actor.
Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf is great. Also, the children are great. The cast is great, but the thing for me was the story because I already knew like 60% of it.
Well, maybe you'll enjoy the next. I think there's going to be 2 more seasons. The next couple of seasons, more because you won't know what's coming.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Delisha, how you doing?
Kid, someone's trying to come up here. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh,
What is it?
Yeah.
no.
No. Aww. Who's a dog?
Let's see.
Who's a dog?
She can't hear you because of my headphones, but she probably would be looking in the camera.
Dog's hearing.
Besides that, I don't say. Besides that, I'm fine. Just got home from work, so pretty tired.
Nice. I know we answered a couple of your questions. Did you have answers to those questions? Maybe you wanted to.
What were my questions again? I forgot.
You asked us what movies are you anticipating this month?
Well, I was thinking of February since we're kind of halfway through this month already. Because I kind of want to see John Wick 2, even though I didn't see the first one yet. I will see it before February, but everyone's keep talking about it, so I was like, I want to check out this film. And also, Lego Batman looks really fun.
No,
Yeah.
John Wick is great. No, I'm waiting for chapter 2 since like 3 years ago when the first one came along.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna rent that before I go see the second one. Well, obviously, but I want to go see that for sure because everyone keeps saying like how great it is. I was like, all right, I gotta check this out. Everyone keeps talking about it. Just like I just started watching Game of Thrones like yesterday.
Yeah, that's exciting. I did have some Game of Thrones news this week. Actually, they're still not sure how many episodes are going to be in season 8, which is the final season of Game of Thrones.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know that.
Initially, they had told us there was only going to be 6. Mavis, come on. Initially, they had told us there was only going to be 6 episodes, but now they said it could be as many as 10, which is a full season. So I was
Oh
personally
wow.
that, but it's still up in the air with how many episodes are actually left in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
No,
I am fully invested, so addicted, even though I'm only on like episode 4. But I'm like, I want to go watch like binge watch them all in one day, even though that's not possible. But I'm enjoying it so far, even though I want to shake like everybody, like strangle them. But it's really fun.
wow.
Very cool. What were some of the other questions that we had?
What series of books should be a Netflix show?
Oh, I don't know. It's well, okay. I am a Potterhead, so I would really love to see like the Marauder story like play out, even though I know how it ends. Well, we all know how it ends, but it would be really cool to see like James and all his friends like in school, and since we can't get Snape in any future film, to see like a younger Snape, sort of his backstory a little bit, flesh it out a little bit, because you don't get to see that much in the last movie, even though they give you a little bit more information about him in Half-Blood Prince and then in the flashbacks in part 2. So it'd be really cool to see how the abuse from his father led to this sniveling, or Snivellus as James calls him. See how that plays out, and just see how important James and Lily and Sirius were to the Order, because we don't really get that much in the movies as well. So it'd be kind of cool to see that fleshed out.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Those are some of the characters that I find the most interesting, and obviously, if you only watch the movies, there's a lot of mystery surrounding that time period, and I think it'd be really interesting to do something from that. That's just like with Game of Thrones, they're talking about how there might be like a prequel or a sequel show, and I would love to see them do like Robert's Rebellion, which is again like a time period that's talked about on the show a lot. But you don't know that much about. You get a couple flashbacks here and there, and we might get a little bit more in the last 2 seasons. Or I'd love to see them do like full blown Targaryen dynasty times, like
Yeah.
excuse me, like Dance of the Dragon style. Go all the way back like a really long time and actually see what it's like when the Targaryens were under rule, and like what King's Landing was like when it was the Targaryens there, and the Red Keep. I think it would be really interesting. There's such like rich backstories in those worlds that there's so much that they can do and dip into and make more stories for.
Even the War of the First Men would be
That's really
interesting.
far back.
Yeah, but that would even be interesting.
Yeah, the Targaryen sounds like a more interesting story for a spin-off.
Yeah, I would love to see that. More dragons, you know?
We just get a whole dragon backstory. There we go.
No, for me, this year, even outside the Marvel movies, I'm really excited for Stranger Things. I want to see season 2 right now. If they leak the script, I don't care. I'm gonna read it. Like I want to know now. I want to see the story. I want to. Every time I hear that intro song on my phone, I always cry. I remember a lot of stuff about the show.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm looking forward to that a lot. There's a bunch of like season 2s coming out of Netflix series this year that I'm excited about.
Crown.
The Crown, The Get Down was really good. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to the
I
second
really
season.
like the Get Down.
Oh, Kimmy.
Did you say Kimmy Schmidt?
Yes, also Kimmy Schmidt, season 3, I think, or season 4.
Yeah, I would love another season of Kimmy Schmidt. It's a great show.
That's another show I have to like check out. There's so much stuff I have to
Love
watch.
it. She's the ultimate Hufflepuff, Kimmy Schmidt. Right?
Yeah.
We still would love to see that actress play Squirrel Girl. Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
Her Squirrel Girl would be perfect. Maybe stay out of the light. This is our lighting.
Cats have no chill.
She has no chill.
Oh, like also talking about movies, I'm really excited for Split. I know that a lot of people don't like M. Night Shyamalan, but I'm still a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I have been counting the days since I saw that trailer like 5 months ago. I want to see that movie right now. I'm gonna see it.
It comes out this weekend, doesn't it?
Yes.
Not only M. Night Shyamalan,
Yeah,
Shyamalan,
you were there.
Shyamalama, Shao Kahn.
Shamalama Ding Dong, you mean?
Yeah,
As Spencer's calls him.
James McAvoy, like I'm excited to see his portrayal of all these different identities. Like, I mean, I want to like him. Like he's put out some movies that like Devil was one with the
Yeah,
elevator.
terrible.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, I liked Unbreakable a lot. That's like one of my favorite movies.
No, and also Split looks like a. It looks like Saw, but with that movie with John Cusack, Identity.
Yeah,
It
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like
I remember
that.
that movie.
It sounds interesting.
if you haven't
Yeah.
seen it already, there's a DVD bunker on that on the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I saw the previews for Split. I think it was a couple of months ago. I don't remember what movie it was in front of, but I was like, "Oh wow, this looks really interesting." And then you have James McAvoy, and you're like, "Okay, he wouldn't sign up for like something like stupid." So he looks like he's going to be great in it. So I'm like, I'm interested in seeing that. And even though I'm not a big fan of horror, I was like, I want to see because that looks so interesting. Because I'm half of a psych major, so I'm like, that's really interesting to see 23 personalities playing out. I don't think that's like ever been done, not or at least not to my knowledge, but I don't know.
Because like Raul's saying, like Identity is kind of like that. I don't know if it's like 23, but it suggested there's a lot.
Yeah, no, I saw that like years ago, but I can't remember much of it. But I do know I watched it.
I think
Like,
it was
this
like
is
8 people. I think.
This is what's the deal.
Yeah, usually that's like the twist you're
Yeah.
getting.
He's giving you the twist right in the trailer. So there's gonna be 3 more.
Nice. We should be.
No. Also, what is the other movie that I want to see? Oh, I want to see Pitch Perfect 3. It comes out in December. I want to see Star Wars.
That's an obvious one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
got it,
another.
yeah.
I know. I just saw like a lot of movies. I was scrolling down on IMDb.
Yeah, I was actually I remember I asked a question about what do you think could maybe like overtake Star Wars box office numbers this year? I remember I saw that was a question that was asked on Movie Talk today on Collider, and a lot of people. I remember John Campea saying, for one, if Wonder Woman is really good and people are buzzing about it, the one movie that could probably overtake Star Wars, at least box office wise, is probably Justice League. So I really thought that was an interesting question to ask about. I was like, well, what do you guys think has the possibility of overtaking Star Wars? I mean, I'm not sure if that can happen, but what movie this year do you think has that outsider's chance?
Let me
I
see.
think what was that?
I'm seeing on the IMDb what movie could it be?
I think there's a few movies that have a good chance because I think a lot of people have been waiting for a good Spider-Man movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we have a whole new generation of Spider-Man like kids to get on board, and I think this will actually like. I mean, my expectations are a little high because with how little there was of him in Civil War, I felt like they nailed the character really well, and I wish I had that. Like, well, I kind of did because I had like the '90s animated series, but like after that, he kind of started getting like misrepresented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Misrepresented.
Thank you.
I think that War from the Planet of the Apes could be the one that takes if Star Wars doesn't win the box office of the whole year. I think the War of the Planet of the Apes one because those movies have been like every 3 or 4 years, so a lot of people have already catch on to the other 2 movies. So I think that the third one, a lot of people are gonna see it because this is like the big climax of the trilogy, the big war. I think.
Yeah, a lot of movies that I think in the chat for Movie Talk they were throwing out was, of course, like Guardians 2.
Yeah.
and what was the other one? It was another one. I think. Well, Spider-Man, of course. And Campier brought up a good point that King Kong has like that left that curveball chance of being it, because he was like, if you think of like Jurassic World and how people didn't think that movie was going to be as big as it did worldwide in the box office. I mean, we all knew people who had nostalgia for Jurassic Park would go see it, but for it to be, I think it overtook the Avengers box office numbers that year.
Yeah.
So he's like, if people still love those old Godzilla movies, they still love some of the old King Kong movies. So you have that nostalgia coming in, and it might have a chance of being that Jurassic World of the 2017. But I don't remember if I've ever seen a King Kong movie growing up. But this trailer that they showed a couple last month, it was like, this looks awesome. And
I'm really curious about this, and we're gonna have to wrap this up just so we can get everybody in. But in the original King Kong versus Godzilla that they did back in the day, they had two cuts, and in the Japanese cut, Godzilla won, and in the American cut, King Kong won. So I'm really curious if they're gonna do that again for the releases, because I think it's a fascinating idea, because obviously like they're each like each other's champion, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, that curveball factor. It's definitely a movie, especially while Peter Jackson's was I think beautiful, like really pretty. I think it was a little long, and there wasn't like the fight on the island. That. Yeah. Well, yeah, right. It's like they walked all the way back to New York.
I like Jack Black. I thought he gave a good performance.
Adrian Brody won that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that when Godzilla and King Kong gonna fight, Superman is gonna win the fight, because those are owned for Warner Brothers. So Superman is gonna come in and they're gonna snap their necks. That's gonna snap the necks of Godzilla and
the ultimate crossover. That's how the DCU gets saved.
You're still rooting for a Superman that kills, man.
Or News Commander is gonna keep him in his
cinematic smash throw.
Oh my God. No, I want to see that now. That doesn't happen. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, Raul. Way to ruin the movie.
All right. You give them like the last final thoughts.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Do you have anything you want to plug that you're working on, or?
I'm working on a health and wellness blog coming hopefully by the end of this month. Actually, no, blog and podcast. Hopefully that will be up and running at the end of this month. And yeah, and then I'm doing some writing work for my friend for her children's business, like writing up the blog for that. So hopefully that'll be rolling out sometime at the end of the month.
Delisha also has some articles on our blog.
Thank you.
And Raul, what about you, man?
Oh yeah, I have been in talks with Jack to do a show for Tough, and my sister just got an idea for a cool name for the show, and I'm really liking the name. And also, she's already creating the logo. And so, if hopefully, I will shoot like a review for it for Split for this weekend. So maybe by next week it could be already on Tough, hopefully, because also Jack is asking to me to do that program in Spanish. So I need to find a good program to put on the subtitles, so all the non-Spanish folks to understand it.
Well, you can do the captioning right in YouTube, and I can like help you with that. Like, you don't even need a program. YouTube has a thing where you can do the captioning.
Yeah, but YouTube is gonna change some stuff, so I want to have the
you can program it to say exactly what you want to say. Like, even if I was like, if I'm talking to you right now, the subtitle could say Tom's giving an over explanation of what is actually, like, it doesn't have to be the words. So it's, even if it was just the gist of it, because it's not, I'll help you with that. But
yeah, we don't want a white zombie coming up on Raul's channel like we did during that movie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right, well, thank you so much, guys. It's always nice talking to you, and I'm sure we'll see you in the chat very soon.
And we'll see you on the next OSP show for sure, once we figure out the date for that.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Have a good night.
See you soon. Have a good night.
Later.
If you're watching this and you don't know what OSPeep show is, we have one up on the channel. It's a little movie get together we do for our patrons. And if that's something that interests you, let us know.
So next up, we're gonna have Randall and Mormo, but Randall is on the road at the moment, so he's gonna let us know when he can come in. So I guess you want to send Mormo an invite, and then you want to do Sam. Sam is usually pretty quick.
You want to do Mormo and Sam?
Let's do Mormo and Sam. I think that'd be a good match.
Sam, you're around, right? Or wait, Sam, you want to be in Q, right?
Yeah.
Is that Q or K?
He asked earlier if he.
Okay, cool. I sent like 5 people an invite on Hangouts yesterday by accident, so I'm trying not to.
And then in that case, after we talk to Mormo and Sam here, we would have Randall come on with Ashley
and Joe. That's a good wrap up. Anybody else?
That's pretty much it because I think Chase was left for the night. But that was nice to have him stop by. He stayed for a while.
It was nice meeting Chase. So I was talking about stuff that we were working on for the channel. I brought up OSPeeps show. We got one of those up. We also started a, I guess new show, right? Odd Shaped Plays, and I host it alongside Randall Sance. Right now we're working on Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I'm working on the editing of that after I finish the Harry Potter episode for Tough. And we're also looking forward to doing Little Big Planet with Joe and Ashley alongside with Kimber. So, what? 3? Oh, 3.
Hello, Tom and Kimber.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I was sad earlier today, but I feel better now. So.
Well, that's all. We're about positivity.
Yeah, definitely. And I got the full Mormo drag on because I'm gonna review a trauma movie tonight. So.
Nice. Send me a link later, and I'll be sure to share it.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
No problem.
It's for Andrew WK's Party Safari.
I have a portrait of Andrew WK tattooed on my leg. I'll send you a picture sometime.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she went to an Andrew WK show, and she had this at one point, and she gets on stage and like lifts her leg to show Andrew WK. Andrew WK had the picture on his MySpace for a while, so he recognized it right away. And so he threw off the security, and then his wife came on. And what song was it?
That's awesome. Well, he's the newest Trauma star.
I didn't know he was attached to Trauma. That's cool.
Sup, people?
How's it going, man? Is somebody feeding you grapes in the corner?
No, I'm just lying here in front of the fan trying not to die of heat.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. It's like 20 outside right now.
I'll gladly swap with you.
Well, I mean, like climates or locations, because I heard there's like 72 species of animals that will float around.
You don't even need to worry about that. You got to worry about the second deadliest spider we've got living in my kitchen at the moment.
Well, you would have to take the spider with you.
I ain't going near the spider. He's not hurting anyone.
What's his name? Did you name the spider?
No, I can't be bothered naming him.
His name's Carl. So, is there any recent pop culture news that you guys are excited about? Or maybe not excited about?
I'm excited for this show on Netflix called The Santa Clarita Diet. It's with Drew Barrymore. It's like a cannibalism comedy or something. And then there's another cannibalism movie that came from France that's getting a lot of buzz on Facebook right now for like people passing out while they're watching it because it's so gruesome and everything.
You're excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What about you, Sam? Anything exciting of late?
I haven't really been getting out much or watching much in the way of news, so I looked some up before, and the most exciting news in Australia at the moment is apparently Neighbours aired, came back after a hiatus the other day, and they had spelling mistakes in the credits. That's the big news in Australia at the moment. They didn't know how to spell anyone's names.
Oh gosh.
Did either of you watch Twin Peaks? I feel like more of a fan.
Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even know it was out. Is it on Showtime or something?
No, I'm just asking if you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Twin Peaks. I watched it during its initial run. The whole series.
Cool.
I was a big fan of it. I haven't watched it since it was on TV, but
Kimber got the first episode is a 2-hour episode. I think this in March, maybe April. Yeah, I didn't actually look at anything. He messaged me, I forgot. But Kimber for my birthday got me the soundtrack on vinyl from was it Mondo?
Yeah,
Mondo T.
that's really awesome.
I'm really
I know I had the soundtrack to Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet when I was a kid in high school.
nice. I'm trying to see if there's any other news.
Nice. That's awesome. That was what was on the floor in the
Reveal.
video
This is
scene,
cool.
right?
Okay, I'm done. I'm boring everyone. It's just a negative 5 viewers. Where are the photos? I'm trying to think of any other news that you want to talk about.
That Split looks really cool. I'm looking forward to going and seeing that.
Yeah, Split looks really interesting. And, it looks like it's like a confined small cast, and I think some movies benefit doing that.
My Facebook friend Johnny Johnstone has a movie called Plan 9 that's on DVD in Walmart right now, and I really want to go pick that up and see it. It's a remake of Ed Wood's Plan 9 from outer space.
Interesting. Is it like campy still, or is it, if there's like a different twist to it, or?
It's very low budget, I know. I haven't seen I've seen
cool.
previews for it years ago, but that's pretty
I
cool.
almost think it has to be low budget.
That's a big win for him to get in Walmart on Walmart shelves,
Yeah. Yeah, that was talking on that. Well, anybody in the chat have any suggestions on anything else we should talk about? Are we forgetting anything major? Joe is saying that yes, the Twin Peaks theme is fantastic.
Jack had asked us a question in the group about La La Land.
No, what Jack asked us, he asked us a question. He asked us, do we think that musicals are going to make a comeback to follow? And while I think we're going to see, I think musicals are already making a comeback because we have these live action Disney movies. We had Sing Street. We have, and I think Nolan said his top 3 movies this year were all musicals. So I think they're already making a comeback. I also think because of La La Land, people are going to jump on the train. What do you guys think about that?
Although I thought it was interesting that La La Land seemed to forget it was a musical about an hour in.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
But like it starts off with the whole dance and musical number, and then they have a few more, And then, yeah, for about an hour, they sort of like, there's no music and singing or dancing. So it's like, have you forgotten you're a musical? Are you actually a musical? What's going on here?
Oh,
It's interesting.
oh no.
I'm looking forward to a Hamilton movie because I know it really pissed off Trump because they were talking trash about Mike Pence. So
They didn't really. I mean, they were very. I watched the. They were very classy. I think I made a little bit much, but I mean, they definitely made a statement for sure. But I wouldn't say he got served. I think he got elegantly served. Like he got served tea.
He got served.
You got served tea, sucker.
but if they make a movie out of it, I'll go see it for sure. And then I'd like them to make a movie out of that Book of Mormon because I've never had a chance to go see that.
If you ever come up to New York, we'll go see Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon, I was going to say. We hate the city, but I love it. I don't want to see that there. I've seen Spam a lot on Broadway. That was cool. Little Mermaid I saw. Also, I got tickets. There's this off-Broadway rendition of Silence of the Lambs musical, and I got tickets for it, but I couldn't get a ride. And I think it was really bad. I really want to see Evil Dead the musical too.
I've seen Evil Dead the musical.
How is? Yeah, you always tell me about that. But how was the Evil Dead?
It was great. It was really funny and fun. It was a fun show. And I was in the splash zone. So like blood sprayed all over me during the show and stuff. And I had to stop and get a drink on my way home. And so I like flagged the gas station person over. I was like, look, I was just at this crazy play. It's fake blood. Don't call the cops or anything.
That's funny. Really funny. No, do we have anything to add? We just want to be aware of everyone's time. So, you guys have any final thoughts or anything else you want to plug? Momo, I know you got that review coming up.
Yeah, I'm doing a review tonight of the Andrew WK movie, Party Safari, which came out on Troma Now this month. And I'll put up a review for Bye Bye Man. I'm trying to like do videos for therapy kind of because I've been a little sad lately, so I'm trying to cheer myself up by staying active. And also I'm also producing copies of my movie I'm Ormo on DVD to be distributed at punk shows, and that's something I'm working on.
Very cool. Really cool. Well, good luck on all of that, Ormo, and just send me a link and I'll be sure to promote it. Yeah, what are you up to, man?
Me, I don't know. I'm not up to much at the moment. I got a week off, so I should be doing stuff, but I've been procrastinating.
Are you?
Although I was very interested to hear the news about Dumbo because me and Kimber have talked about a potential show that I was going to do, and our topic was going to be which movie from our childhood is Tim Burton going to ruin next, and Dumbo was one of the contenders.
Yep, there it is.
So I'm pretty sure they've stolen my notes.
I'm convinced like my life is bugged in that like
Truman Show.
Yeah, because all right, for real quick, I loved Heroes. I watched it religiously with a group of friends, and we always referred to Peter Petrelli's mother as Mama Petrelli. And then when Papa Petrelli shows up, we call him Papa Petrelli. And then like I think it was like season 3. Siler just refers to them as Mama and Papa Petrelli, and I like lost my mind because I coined that. That was me. Where's my royalties?
So if I get a chance, I might work on doing Picture Tent, which is the name of this show.
Nice.
So we'll see how I go this week and whether I can be bothered getting out of bed, whether it's too hot or not.
I love that I'm hearing like everyone's like working on their own
Like doing
projects.
content, yeah.
Like, this, like, I was kidding around, but this really does feel like the phase 2 of like our little family, like making content.
Raul says, Mrs. Petrelli, love that bitch.
Yeah, she's awesome. There's a lot of older episodes. She's like great. All right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always.
Yeah,
No
thanks
worries.
for having me. Great show, man.
Thank you, and thanks for. Oh well, okay. 5 more. All right, Sam. All right.
All right, so our last callers of the evening here are going to be Pokemon Master Randall. He never responded to me.
Okay.
Pokemon Master Randall and the lovely Ashley and the Spicy Joe. Send it. They're giving you specific.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Send it to mine. Okay. You caught me right in the.
And TJ, if you want to come on cam, last chance to let us know. We can get you in after these guys. We appreciate you all sticking around. It's awesome that so many people came through tonight on just like our little get together. I'm glad you're enjoying them. We'll probably try to catch up and get the recorded shows back on track about the same time that the new season of Fan Fiction is coming out, which is soon. We've chosen a date, but I'm just going to keep it up to Jack's discretion.
We even know what the roster is, and let me tell you, the stakes have never been higher.
Nice. But yeah, so be looking for new content from Tough coming out soon, and definitely get some ideas for future episodes of Odd Shape Panel, and we'll be sure to get everyone's shows going.
For sure. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Can you hear us, Randall?
Oh, no.
Hey, Ashley and Joe.
Hello.
We're just trying to see if Randall can hear us.
Okay. Randall, are you okay? Are you
Might be
okay,
a-
Randall?
Hi. How's it going? What's up?
Oh, we lost Randall.
Oh, no.
Come back, Randall.
Oh, he's back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, yeah. I think it just messed up for a second. Just had to reset it. But yeah, I could hear you guys.
Very cool.
I was going to say, why is Randall the victim of all of our technical issues?
Because my computer is old and doesn't like me anymore.
Same with ours.
Oh, yesterday's gameplay was not the fault of your computer, sir. It was the fault of mine.
It was still fun while it lasted, though.
Yeah. Well,
I wanted to let you know that you guys weren't getting it on the screen because I didn't want you to fight Misty and then not be able to use the footage, you know?
Yeah, I saw that it was lagging behind. It seemed kind of frozen.
Yeah, it kept like popping in and out, but hopefully it'll be better next time.
I'll tell you what, it goes a lot faster talking to like having a conversation with somebody, because like doing like the hour and a half seems so much by myself. It felt like it was forever, and then like I was like, oh, we gotta take a break already, and like.
Oh, this is like we want to talk about it because
everybody's
gonna be doing the OS plays.
I might also have, if we can figure out what to play. Jack also wants to guest
cool.
on a certain game or something. But
Very cool.
yeah, this is
Cough. Fallout. Cough.
Yeah, Fallout.
Yeah, I think he only has an Xbox.
Yeah, we got a PS3.
It's fair. It's fair. The only issue, I know the issue we're going to have fixing up, well, I guess we could do it. Like, if you guys have a capture card or something, running the PlayStation 3 with Little Big Planet would be challenging. But I know we don't have a capture card yet, or a capture system yet. But
we were going to get a hold of Digital and Dice. Those dudes do Let's Plays, and they were nice enough to reach out to us, and they said they would give us some tips on the best way to do stuff like that.
It's like cost effective and like tested out ways.
So we're definitely them up, and then I'm going to want to hit you guys up and find out when you're available, because I'm excited to play Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one as well.
And then I also got to figure out something because I want to play something with Randall, like against Randall.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out something that I can run on the computer and record at the same time. So because I feel like that's the easiest way to do it right now. But once we get the capture cards and stuff like that, we should be able to.
And again, I'm sure that Digital and Dice can give you some tips and stuff like that.
Do you have Steam, Randall?
I do not, but like there is a PS3 here in our house. It's my roommate's, and that's not being used.
Oh, yeah. I just got to figure out how to get it from there.
But once you get that, then at least you have more options for PS3.
Cool.
Very.
So, any recent news you guys want to talk about?
Our newest BFF is out.
Yeah.
I need to watch that still. I heard that Raul guest stars.
Yes.
I love that.
I'm excited to see that.
I think you guys should try that more when it's appropriate. That was really awesome. I didn't expect it, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, we were kind of like, oh man, we already technically did this fight. Like, what are we going to do to make it different? Because it's like, well, we already talked about all this. I'm like, well, let me see if Raul would be willing. And like, I gave him the option, like, you can just send me your answers, but if you'd like to film something, that would be cool. He's like, yeah, I'll get it to you in a little bit. And I gave him all the questions, and like an hour later, he had the footage, and he had already like edited it really nice himself. So all I had to do was slap it in the episode, and it was good to go.
Nice.
And everyone loves Raul, so that's always a bonus.
Oh yeah, we were like smiling so much just like watching the footage, and we're just genuinely excited for all of his answers and to hear his side of the story. And
I know in my head I was like, oh, they figured out the secret to our show. Just have Raul on.
Like Ashley said, he got a little trampled during the fight because me and Ashley were going hard on that round. So it was nice for him to have a chance to, like, without any distractions, just speak for his movie and get out his points about it and tell everyone where he was coming from.
Totally.
But yeah, it was fun to revisit that one. It's always good to go back, especially when you see something for the first time and you're only looking for negative things because you're trying to think of the way, how am I going to argue against this? To go back and go, okay, well, you know, I was actively looking for negative things. Now let's try to be a little more open-minded. And, you know, I still think it's a middle-of-the-road movie, but it's definitely good to go back and like, oh, it's not as bad as you made it out to be.
Yeah, there's definitely things that are good about that movie.
Yeah, I like the point that Joe made that it's supposed to be campy, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of have like a little revelation, like when he said that, because I had never thought of that before. I'm like, oh, well, that kind of changes my opinion just a tad bit, but
yeah, because I don't think that blood was meant to look like Klingon blood from Star Trek 3 just because it looked like Klingon blood from Star Trek 3. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be like cheesy and campy looking and everything.
Well, in the beginning of the movie, before you realize it's like it's not blood, it's the wax seal. I'm like, that blood looks horrible. Oh wait, it's not blood.
Yeah, I don't think it was his best, but I don't think it was anywhere near his worst. And I do want to say that I liked Christopher Walken as the Horseman or the Hessian.
Same.
I just like it's hard to take him seriously when he doesn't say anything at all except for like the whole movie. That's my biggest complaint.
Those teeth still, that just bothered me. And like when he gives that look to what's her face at the end of the movie, it's like, oh, this is not gonna end well.
I told you in the car, I'm like, how much better would that scene have been instead of like kissing her and like biting her mouth or something if he just went just like from earlier in the movie when they were kids and everything else. And
I agree. Fully. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I don't know. There's a couple things that really grind my gears about that movie, but other than those things, I do think it's a fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
You gotta see Sweeney Todd though, man. I can't believe you haven't seen Sweeney Todd. I was like, what?
Well, at this point, we're kind of scared to watch movies we've never seen before.
Yeah, because then, like, what are we gonna do for our show?
We need material.
That 1-year-old was hilarious.
I've done 7 games this week, and the time I roll a 1 is for BFF.
Zoe, get out of the camera. Stop that.
Hashtag Cat's a blast.
Yeah.
But no, I was really hoping like Air Force One or something, would show up because I haven't seen that either, and that was before we would watch all the movies for fan friction. So it's like, man, I really want to watch like a fun action movie. Really, this movie? No, but it was fine.
Yeah, it was funny because you guys listed off like 10 movies at the beginning that you were like, I want to watch these. Like, you gave so many options, and then of course.
Yes.
Just like the one that neither of us mentioned. Like, I think from the beginning we were both like, please not this one. I mean, it's on there because it makes sense, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have 2 more of those to round out January. So 2 more chances for some fun things.
Yep.
I'm still hoping you guys will do one of my movies sometime, but I think me and Ashley have too similar of taste, and she's already seen all mine.
Well, we talked about doing some fun things again in the summer and maybe like doing some viewer's choice or maybe doing some other things where it's like, okay, we have seen these, but we rewatched them. So, we'll see there. Summer will bring some more backlog. So
yeah.
There's tons of movies that we've done for fan fiction that I absolutely love. It's like, man, I wish we could talk about this.
For sure.
Well, soon.
Randall, have you been having fun doing the Let's Plays with Tom?
Yeah. Yesterday was a lot of fun. It's definitely goes by a lot quicker when you're chatting with someone other than like being in the chat trying to talk to Tom, because there was a little bit of lag with that. But it's a lot of fun. And hope that we can figure out another game after this Pokemon game that will work out as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was thinking too, like once we figure out a formula, if we do like a 2-hour live session of it, if we do like an hour on Pokemon and then like an hour on something else, and then that's like 4 episodes, 2 episodes of each like thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can do that this way.
Yeah. Speaking what little live streaming I've done, it's really weird when you're by yourself and just not, especially if there's no camera and I only have like an audience of like 2 or 3 people. The most fun I ever had doing that is like, I think you guys were sitting in when I was playing Fallout one time.
Yeah.
And Sam sat in when I played Fallout another time. And and I actually had a couple of people. I played another game, Anima, at one point, and like some random person. I wish I could remember who it was I was talking to, but someone from another Screen Junkies fan. And then other people were asking questions and stuff like that. So that was fun because I had something to respond to. But if there's nothing to talk to and there's no one to talk to, then I'm just kind of like, so I'm gonna go to this next level now. This is exciting.
I'm excited, but really frustrated.
But yeah, I think that was a good choice to bring on someone else because, you can have that banter back and forth and y'all both have a really good rapport and know a lot of stuff. So it was interesting.
Yep.
I really like Game Grumps, and not that they're the only people who have this formula, because like
there's a lot of them.
Like Stream 4-Star does it too, and a lot of people have that dynamic. But oh yeah, PB and J. PB and Jeff is what it is. Yeah. But it seems like it's tested to work, so I figured it would definitely help. And it's a lot easier too, because like I want like Pokemon, because I'll end up naming them all like obscure 90s band names. So that's why like I ask for help and stuff. So like to start getting like inside jokes and stuff like that, that's a lot of fun.
Pika Puff.
Yeah,
most adorable thing ever.
Like a single experience of that version of the game, and I think that's cool about it. I feel like if we really want, like, not that we would, but if we're like, all right, we did the Bulbasaur, let's go do Charmander now, and like 6 months from now, like I think it would be a totally different experience. But
it's a shame. It's a shame Nintendo shut down the 2nd generation Pokemon Fusion that was being worked on, because that could be a lot of fun to mess with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I think they shut down this one too. I don't think the link's available, unless I'm wrong.
You could probably find it somewhere.
I think I got it.
I think there was a new version of it.
They were working on a new one. I don't know if it got out or not. But yeah, that's cool.
So.
And Randall was just on that horror house.
Yep.
Yep, did that with Morgan this weekend as well. That was a lot of fun, talking most anticipated horror films of 2017. So
Nice.
it's a lot. There's a lot of good ones coming out this year, I think. One I'm really excited for is Get Out on February 24th from Jordan Peele. I think that, like, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, it looks really freaky, and the story is pretty interesting as well. So, and coming from someone with the comedy background like him, it's interesting that he's doing that. So, I think that's going to be something interesting to watch come February.
Cool. Yeah, we'll check out the trailer. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yep, it looks rather creepy.
Nice.
So
Sam in the chat's wondering when you guys are going to do BFF on Dr. Dolittle.
I've seen that before.
There's your answer, Sam.
Joe, have you seen Dr. Dolittle?
If I have, it's been like Die Hard in time.
Yeah.
It's been like almost 25 years since I've seen it.
But yeah, if we were to do that one, it would definitely have to, because Backlog is going to end this month, and then we're going to do all new BFFs based off of whatever is picked in fan fiction. So if we were to do something like things that we've seen before or viewer's choice, it would have to be in the summertime. Because I think fan fiction's supposed to go into May sometime, and then probably, like we did last time, take the summer off because, kids and all that kind of stuff.
I was just thinking that you guys should go on Horror House sometime and do like a Hellraiser.
I've been begging Morgan forever, because I don't know a whole lot about a lot of horror movies, but Hellraiser is our jam. We love that. We saw it a few years ago for the first time ever, because when I was a little kid.
You saw it for the first time.
Yeah, you had seen it before. When I was a little kid, I was afraid of Pinhead. I saw him on the Hellraiser 4 VHS cover at Blockbuster, and I was like, that is too scary for me. I'm leaving. So finally we decided to hey, let's watch this, or at least me, and just fell in love with it. I don't care how corny that movie is or whatever. I love all of the Hellraisers, even the really, really bad ones.
Nice.
Who would win in a fight? Pinhead or Lassie?
Well, obviously Pinhead. He has such sights to show her.
And luckily, most of those sites are in black and white, so it's not going to really be affected by her color blindness, because he's really pale skinned with the black leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Joe thinks about all the important...
the analytical side of it.
Uh-huh.
It's not real life.
Oh, Lassie.
But, yeah.
Wait, I see Airbud in black and white.
I actually really like more non-conventional horror movies, kind of like how Alien is a horror movie. Aliens is not so much, but Alien is. And, you could argue Predator is kind of a horror movie, though I think Predator 2 fits horror better than the first one, because Danny Glover is getting too old for this crap.
Yeah.
He's been too
Who
old.
would win in a fight, Lassie or E.T.?
Ooh, that's tough.
E.T. would be afraid of Lassie, especially if he had been having a few drinks from the fridge.
Right.
It also depends on if the after credits is
Isn't he
canon.
afraid of the dog?
At first.
Y'all are just talking about all my dumb fears.
If I really want to freak her out, I chase after her on my knees making the E.T. noise.
Really?
Roast Ashley Day, apparently, on the day of Martin Luther King's birthday and everything.
Candace is terrified of E.T. as well, so you're in good company.
It's fair. That's a testament to Steven Spielberg, is taking something as creepy and weird and downright frightening in theory as E.T. is, and still making you empathize with it.
Oh, I love E.T. I love puppets. That
was the first movie that we bought when we got our VCR way back in the late 80s, and we used to watch that all the time. I remember getting an art set for Christmas and drawing E.T. with my brand new special Crayola chiseled or shaped markers and trying to draw him with his neck extended, and being so young that it's wait, why is it not working like the movie? Oh yeah, because it's a drawing, moron. But you're 4 or whatever, you don't know.
Nice. Yeah, I probably wasn't I would want to be friends with a Skeksis or whatever when I'm a kid. Any puppet, I'm all about puppets.
Not those
Still.
little fire things from Labyrinth, though. The Fireys.
I love those.
I like that song.
The song's cool, but as a kid, I think like if they're dancing around and suddenly they take their heads off or their torso separates from their legs, I'm like, oh no, that's where I check out. I'm done. I'm out. I'm good. Peace.
That was a lot of complicated choreography to pull that scene off.
Yep.
Yeah, it did not age the best if you watch it now, but
Oh no.
great appreciation for what they did at that time. I think that movie came out in like 86.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like mid to late 80s.
Saul Henson's Creature Shop, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring this up. I mentioned it in the chat. Tom said that he's pretty sure people are spying on his life. This was a theory we had when we before we got married and stuff, because a lot of the things we joked about started popping up on Robot Chicken
And Family Guy.
Like one of them was our friend Cody
Mhm.
when he was talking about one of the people in his bowling class, Martha.
Uh-huh.
He would introduce her to people as the Sparta way of like, this is Martha. And then like a year later, Robot Chicken had the episode where it was like Leonidas like having regular day stuff.
Yeah.
Like he introduces his wife Martha to someone else. And yeah. And then later on there was another one
There was an E.T. one, actually.
The E.T. one, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, because we had talked about, like, what if E.T. was,
Like special among his people, like special ed, basically. Like, you know,
he's not the most brilliant one from the planet, you know, maybe he's,
they left him behind on purpose and all sorts of other stuff like that. Like, just like, it was like this terrible thing, like, oh my God, E.T.Y. And then Robot Chicken did something about that.
Yeah, where he was like a big nerd and everyone hated him and were mean to him and they were all like the jocks.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, poor little Kleborg with his only one glowing finger, and they got like 10 glowing fingers and stuff like that. And then he gives them the bird with the glowing finger.
And there's I can't remember all the Family Guy ones, but there was like a bunch of things where it's like they stole our idea.
Yeah.
Google selling your information.
Yeah. I was writing a campaign for the Marvel role-playing game, and I was like, all right, so I'm going to introduce like a resurgence of like this like old god character, and like it's going to be like a god, like a fear god, and blah, blah, blah. And then Fear itself got like announced like a month into me preparing the game. And I was like, what?
What? No.
Like,
yeah, I think stuff like that's always happening. And it's annoying. I know my mom had a coworker when she worked at NASA that was working on a video game like by himself back when you could really program by, you know, all alone. And then like a very similar concept got released by a major company, so he couldn't sell his game and he got very frustrated.
I'd imagine.
We needed indie games back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about cruising on Newgrounds and seeing what's up on there.
Nothing's up on Newgrounds.
Nothing? I haven't been on it in like 10 years.
Like, I'll go there every once in a while to play to just like randomly look through what games are there to play and what stuff's there. But like most of the content creators that aren't doing games anymore either publish to their own sites or YouTube or something else similar.
Yeah, I miss like all those hacks that they would post of like Mario with the machine gun.
Yep.
I think I saw something the other day that Defy Media, the Screen Junkies parent company, owns addictinggames.com. I think they had owned that website as well, which I used to go to a lot when I was a kid.
I'm trying to remember what some of the stuff we played when we were. I was the kid that when we were in high school, just to give you an idea, they had zip disks for our.
I had games on zip disks.
That was our floppies. Like the year that was like our junior and senior year.
Yeah, that was like a new thing.
That was the thing. They're like, you're each gonna be issued this 100 megabyte zip disk, and you're gonna use it to store all your stuff on it. And we thought that was the wave of the future at the time because burning CDs was too expensive. So like I even went so far as to have my parents for Christmas that year buy me a zip drive and like another dozen zip disks so I could use them for other stuff. And one of our classes, we made like covers to insert in the jewel cases that we would keep the zip disks in. And I did that because that was just like my jam, was making all these different unique covers for my zip disks. But what I used to do would be stuff like install, for those that played like the old Fallouts and StarCrafts and stuff, I would install StarCraft to the zip disk, because whatever little small amount of memory or small amount of data storage it had to take up to run the game, and then you also would need the CD. So I'd install it to the zip disk, put it in the zip drive, and run the CD from the zip drive and just play it at school, even though we couldn't install them on computers at school. It's fun.
Yeah, I loved how like computers at school were like, oh, we have security now, so you can't go on like blah blah blah, and I'm like a tech team that doesn't know about proxies.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was too easy in high school.
But then again, I didn't see that many other people using proxies and just complaining they couldn't go on Facebook. But
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's blocked at our school for the kids.
In high school, I took for a science class, I took a airplane simulating course.
That's a thing?
That's like the coolest course I took, so don't. But my high school like tried to be cool. Like we actually had like I think for like a good like 5 years, like the top of the line like auditory, like auditorium, like with like sound equipment and stuff like that. But then like 2 years later, the beams and stuff started to sink into the ground. So I don't know how well they planned that out. Enough about my horrible high school.
That's okay.
It's like a hellmouth, I guess. Sinking into the ground.
Yeah, I think the coolest class we probably took in high school was webmastering.
Learn to build a website.
In our class, and they had a film class too, but I don't know why we didn't take that. We probably should have taken that one. We wanted to learn to like make websites because that was the wave of the future in 2000.
Yeah, well, I thought when I went to college that, you know, oh man, graphic design is going to be this awesome growing field, and I definitely got to get in on that. And apparently everyone else and their brother had the same idea, because it is like the most competitive thing. And yeah, I wish I didn't. I was saying it the other day kidding around, but I was originally media, like a film editing major, and then I changed over. I was like,
useful now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But
yeah, they accidentally put me in the film class for one day. I was supposed to be in the Web 2 class, and I was like, man, this seems kind of cool, but like I also want to be in the Web 2 class because this one over here was there, so you know, you gotta be in the same class with your boyfriend.
When you can.
Plus, we had already taken Web 1, so, and we were supposed to rebuild our school's website and like fix all the teachers' web pages and stuff, but that never really happened. So it was a lot of, we didn't have to do a whole lot of stuff in Web 2.
Yeah.
So it was like the easiest class.
Yeah, engineering was mostly Pokemon playing.
We would get assignments occasionally, and we would do them, but nobody else in our class would. And there was like, what, 10 people?
I think we had like 11 at max.
And
like
our teacher got really mad one day and wanted to yell at everybody, so he sent us on a mission to go find snacks at the school and gave us money. So we had to go to the vending machine, and it was super awkward because he's like, just, you know, wander around for a while. I'm like, okay, sir.
When your teacher's telling you that, it's kind of weird, like, not sure if trap.
Yeah, it's like, here, go get me something. Why don't you go get yourself something as well? And like, okay, sir. I mean, we really liked our teacher. He was a cool guy, but
He knew that I was stealing the Adobe, or stealing. He knew I was copying Adobe Photoshop from the school's computer and taking it home, and he was like, whatever. It's not like you're making money with it. I'm like, you're right. I'm not making money with it. I'm making crappy little pixel animated cartoons at home because it's fun.
I just remember I took a robotics course too, and we made, like, in our shop class, we like out of sheet metal and everything, we made snowplow robots, and they would go and clean the sidewalk in front of the shop all the time. It was cool. Originally, like Lego, like that's why we started. Lego does this robotics programming where you can just program basic movement, like by like ticks and stuff like that. It's like 6 ticks forward, 4 ticks back, and all like that. But it was a really cool learning experience, and I'm like, I didn't know Lego was even like involved in that kind of stuff, but it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Fun job.
But it's 11:30. I think it's a good time to wrap up. I think everybody got to call in, right?
Mavis, stop biting me.
That's a sign that everyone got to call in. When Mavis starts biting people, she's like,
Maybe it's like we're done.
Austin, do you want to call in and hang out for a little bit, buddy? If not, it's cool. Sorry, Austin hasn't been in for a while. I got really excited. Welcome back,
Yeah, he
buddy.
hasn't been. Hello, Austin.
That glove is still so intimidating. It's like, hey guys, I'm here, but in a good way.
There's a little delay, so it'll take them a second to hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm waiting in anticipation. It's fine.
Did you guys have any like final thoughts you wanted to say, or any questions that you wanted to address before?
Well, I know that you are talking earlier about like most
Yeah.
anticipated
Stuff,
shows, and
movies, and
yeah, I know like I think Mormo brought up Twin Peaks.
oh yes,
Can't wait for that. I think Raul brought up Kimmy Schmidt season 3. I love that show so much, and y'all
seen
commented
zero of it.
about you know, she would make a great squirrel girl.
I honestly like. There's so many people that say either her or Anna Kendrick. I'd be happy either way because they could both fit the part really well. Which kind of tells me they're not going to choose either if they choose either. But the other things I'm looking forward to is the next season of Archer because they're trying another experimental thing or something.
They're doing noir.
And then, of course, and not for any particular reason other than it's fantastic, but the next season of Bob's Burgers.
Cool, yeah, definitely. We're looking forward to those too.
And more Stranger Things.
Oh, more Stranger Things.
Can't go wrong with Stranger Things.
At work, we were talking about Rick and Morty.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, when is that coming out? It needs to hurry
March,
up.
I think.
Good, because
Because
I've
we
been
were talking
missing
about some concept that made sense with what we were doing in our workshop, but then we had to warn the other teachers, you can't show that any clips from that show in school, or you will get in trouble.
Yeah, there's very little in Rick and Morty we would not get in trouble for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's very very adult for sure.
Oh, though the scene, and it's not really relevant to anything I think you guys are teaching, but the scene where Rick had made a robot specifically to serve butter, but he gave it sentience.
Yeah.
So when it questioned, like, what is my purpose? Oh, you slice butter for me. And the robot's just like, oh, God.
Yeah. He was like, no.
I love the battery. That one was a good one.
Yep.
Yes.
Called?
Save summer.
Oh, that was amazing. Summer save.
The little
Everything.
melting babies.
Everything that ship did.
There's flies in it now.
That was so
Like
wrong,
when
but it was
when
so
the
good.
dogs take over.
Snowball and his army.
Isn't Snowball his
Snowball was his slave name.
What's his original name?
Oh crap! No, Snowball was his original name. Was his new name? I don't remember off the top of my head now, but it's in general such a great episode.
He has like a robot body.
Yep.
I mean, he's asking about like
Where are my testicles, Summer?
Or we were talking about the episode where they go inside it was like the Jurassic Park, but with the
yeah.
but also
Inside a human body, a giant homeless Santa Claus. Pirates of the Pancreas.
Yeah, I don't know what that had to do with critical writing. This is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Well, maybe if Rick had written a better pitch for Pirates of the Pancreas, then it wouldn't have been flubbed as bad as it was. Hi, Austin.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, Austin.
How's it going?
How's it going, man? How you been?
Good.
So, pretty much the gist of the night is we're just talking about like any recent like pop culture news that's really interesting to you or not interesting, and what you're like looking forward to in the coming year.
I guess like
not like news as in something coming out, but like that people with Disney and everybody about around the Star Wars thing, now that Carrie Fisher's gone, has came out and said that they will not, digitally, redo her, which I kind of like to hear that they have the respect for her.
Yeah, I think when they did Tarkin, plenty of time had passed, so it's more of like an homage, and they're still pumping out toys of him. So it's what's the difference at that point?
Too soon.
But
right.
They asked family for permission as well before they did that too.
Yeah,
Because originally they were just gonna have a reflection, and it kind of be just kind of like maybe him, like it's him, but you don't actually see him. Like how they kind of started out that scene, but they got permission beforehand, and I think it's respectful that they definitely do that for Carrie.
Well,
she's been such a
they
big
should
part.
bring Paul Walker back in the Fast and the Furious if they're capable. Like I guess twin brother, and they could even just do that, but I feel like that's even too soon. Like
yeah.
We have to think about with the technology, it'll only improve over the years. So, like, they may say it now, but, like, what's to say they won't do something, like this, 10, 20 years from now? I know in the 90s, people flipped out when they had all those advertisements that featured celebrities who had passed on. Like, I think there was, John Wayne and...
It's like Bud Light, I think.
And, Fred Astaire, or, someone... or that was a dancer, and they used them in a commercial and just kind of superimposed the background to be different. And I know people were very upset about that. So you just have to, whatever you do, having the family's permission and then just being respectful.
Yeah.
I think goes a long way, because it's one thing to do things like y'all talked about earlier with Ant-Man and with Captain America Civil War, when the person's still alive and you're just trying to CGI them so they'll look like their younger self, so the flashback will make more sense.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than, this doesn't go with our narrative, so we'll just digitally recreate the person so we don't have to rewrite the script.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, no.
We lost Tom and Kimber.
No.
There we are.
Oh.
We lost Image for a second.
Oh God, it's starting.
So
Randall, we're cursed.
It's that time of night.
The witching hour.
There's a cat.
Kitty cat.
The witching hour, and the black cat shows up. It's just like, why are you just grabbing me tonight?
Mavis is so cute.
She's like, pineapple. Is there anything else on TV or anything you're looking forward to, Austin?
Well, when I joined in, you guys were talking about Archer and Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers, which I'm all looking forward to as well. I'm hoping, because I was actually worried about Archer, because usually it starts in January, and the fact that you didn't had any promos for a while, and then they finally just put out that promo like last week or 2 weeks ago that said it's going to be on FXX instead here, like April, I think. So I'm definitely looking forward to that they're going to have that now back, because like I said, I was really worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just announced that they were going to get it through like season 8 or something like that with this new deal they just signed for this season that's coming out as well.
Yeah.
They have a couple more seasons after that are guaranteed.
That's good.
So they're clear all the way through 10 from what I had heard.
Hey, I'm all for that. I love Archer. I think it's a good show.
Yeah. They've also said they're going to end it after 10 though. Like they're not going to have the creators of the series don't want to do more than 10 seasons. And that's fair, because there comes a point where you're just like peeing in the wind kind of thing to try and get good stories and all that jazz.
Not every show's The Simpsons.
No, I'm pretty sure The Simpsons should have stopped a long time ago.
Yeah, they probably could have, but at this point, they just kind of have to keep going because if they stop, then it's just like the world's ending. Like Simpsons started when I was born, and it hasn't ended yet. So,
what will Fox do?
We've watched the more recent ones, and we like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they are the very like the last 3 seasons have been pretty decent. It's just it's one of those shows that it's tired. It needs to rest.
They usually always, or at least back when I watched heavily, always had really good, like especially when they did like political spoofs, and there's always crazy stuff to talk about politically. So
especially the last few years.
But yeah, and then there's only so many like basic story structures that you can tell, and trying to find new ways to say things. But I think there's still like a lot of great episodes that they produce. But then there's also going to be a lot of, I mean, like with any show, there's going to be good episodes, there's going to be bad episodes, and if you only like try to look for the negative, then that's what you're going to find.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't watch it heavily anymore, but I'll still watch it.
Nice. All right. Well, Mavis is starting to eat Kimber.
That's not good.
So it's a good time to wrap up. Thanks everyone for coming through.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again, Austin.
Yeah, good to see you. Sorry I was late.
No problem.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah.
Totes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching along with us and for chatting. If you're curious about anything else that we do, you can check out all the articles that the OSPeeps and ourselves write for our WordPress at oddshapedpanel.wordpress.com. And we also have a Patreon that we do certain things with the OSPeep show. Go, it's on the channel. That's what we do. Patreon.com/org.net.
It's tinyurl.com/OSP Patreon.
Or you can do patreon.com/oddshapedpanel. I just got caught in a loop earlier. I'm sorry. Yes, at oddshapedpanel or
at SJ Plus Junkies.
You guys can go ahead and shout out your Twitters if you want.
I'm at Drake Masters.
And I'm at @that_Mrs. Davis.
And I've done a couple of reviews for the Odd Shape Panel blogs, Final Fantasy 15 review that went from incredibly favorable to not so much. And then a Pathfinder Adventures app review. So, yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Randall?
You can find me on Twitter at Randall Sands. Just come yell at me. I don't really care. We can have good conversations. We can have bad conversations. It's all good. All love. Yeah, go definitely read everyone's articles on the WordPress. Done a couple. Did one for Die Hard because I hadn't seen that before up until this past Christmas, and one for did a review for Pokemon Sun and Moon as well, which go check out, read, and make sure you read everyone else's articles as well.
Yeah, Kimber just dropped one on Sherlock today. So.
Yeah, Sherlock Series 4. It's spoiler-free. I plan on doing all spoiler-free reviews. And if they're not, I would definitely specify, but I think spoiler-free is the way to go.
And thanks again for coming through, Austin.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. We'll talk soon. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching us. Give us a like. Say something in the comments. You could be mean. I don't care.
Tom, your beard.
Talk about But yeah, subscribe. Do whatever. But thanks. All right, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Oh, cool wave out.